spank it and call it a nasty little whore.
Oh.
No.
Hey, it worked.
I guess that worked.
Bob it. Twist it. Pull it. That was just
I'm gonna stay
that-
quiet in this conversation.
that was just Constancia during the fight.
Yeah, me getting a hand on him and stopping him from running around. Was,
I'm just imagining because Marie was trying to help Talia and things when they teleported. I'm just gonna imagine that either they've teleported as Talia's fallen and Marie catches her.
yeah, you know, just you have like a little
Marie's
moment. She
arm.
accidentally grabs your butt. You know,
Do you all wish to take a long rest before
Let's
we
get
start
this
the
love
next
triangle.
leg of this adventure?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
first off, is there a debriefing after this one?
There will be. While this is going on, you can all work out how to take your long rests. So as you kind of materialize into the same place as always, the weird glass walls, just black surrounding you, you realize the writer, the little redhead girl in a hood, isn't there. It's just the old
Okay.
man that you always see in the corner is instead sitting in her seat.
Oh,
I
hello,
am now-
Sleeper.
I'm now picturing, as like Marie catches Talia and they kind of meet eyes and they start turning to dust, and this like really like charming music starts playing, and they're just like, oh no, we're leaving again. You know, and they're going back home, and it's kind of like a bittersweet moment of like, well, we just had this, we just connected, and now we're being separated again, and then we're in the same room, and it gets awkward.
Also, this would be the first time that Marie's made eye contact with Talia. Just want to point that out, as she's just in her arms.
Yeah, because Marie has a thing about making eye contact with Alice. But yeah, you look into the eyes of Talia, cute little tie. She's like, "Oh, thank you. That was so kind."
Then Marie remembers she's an elf and just fucking drops you.
Do you drop Talia, Marie?
She just kind of hastily puts her down and like brushes off her arms type thing. Like, doesn't want to hurt you.
Got the elf cooties on you.
Although it seems like Marshmallow, according just because of where the stats are, Marshmallow is apparently poofed onto Constancia. So you appear and there's just Marshmallow on your shoulder, just staring at you.
Alright.
Still with the candy in its mouth.
As you reappear in this room, you can see, luckily, Gene Wilder is there. Sweeper is just kind of talking to him. I wonder why he was so determined to kill him now.
See, now when he turned to dust, I knew, but I still had to play it up.
Oh, it's kind of obvious, but anyway. And surprisingly, the little redhead girl that you know as the writer isn't there. As Sweeper kind of looks at all of you, you've never really spoken to him apart from Talia. He goes, "So you've returned then?"
Oh, you can speak. I did not know that. Hi. Yeah, back.
Talia just goes, "Hi again, Sweeper."
Hello, little redhead girl. My other
Talia,
little redhead
remember?
girl, I suppose.
Rather than shouting across the room like a savage, Constancia approaches the desk, looks around, and says,
You can hold Alt, by the way, for those of you who didn't.
I was trying to.
"Hold Alt, Talia. Hold Alt."
I'm trying
do
to,
it.
but it keeps glitching on my computer for some reason. It doesn't like it.
Pick yourself
There you go.
up first, then
I
move yourself
did.
where you want to be, hold Alt, and then let go.
I was able to do it earlier, but when I when I did it now, my computer kept wanting to, because it kept wanting to close the tab. I was like, no, stop closing the tab.
So looking around the room, she sees Gene Wilder, and then turns to Sweeper and says, "Is your master not here?"
My master, my dear. She is not my master, although she may think it some days. But no, she's not here. She's away dealing with an intruder at the moment.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot. Constantia, you know that wizard we met in that other world, the one who was a bit brash.
And I had to turn down the strangely touching music. Go ahead.
Did you get the one
Something about a wizard?
the Constantia, the wizard we met in that other world, the one who was a bit brash?
Oni is racking her brain. Constantia would probably remember. What are
The
The
one
court
in
wizard
Dragon's
from
Reach.
Skyrim.
Farangard, I believe his name is.
we? Oh, that asshole.
Yeah, that
Oh, yeah.
asshole.
Oh yeah, no, fuck him.
When I was brought back here due to the malfunctioning stone, he appeared. Fell on the roof or something apparently, and he managed to get here somehow by following us. I'm not quite sure. The writer whisked him away quite quickly, but apparently it's not good that he's here, and she can't send him back.
Can or can't?
I don't know. Apparently, she said it's not her spell, so she can't control it. I'm not fully sure. I understand.
So let me put this straight, I guess. We had a break-in. It was his doing. He can't leave. Now, for this fellow over here, as he kind of points to the other Willy Wonka, don't tell the writer this, but I cheated. I brought him here, but he also can't leave. He's dead. Instead
I
of
look
going
at,
to whatever afterlife he might deserve, good or bad, he's now here for a bit instead. I can sustain him for a little bit.
Marie kind of just looks over from Sweep to the good Willy Wonka and just goes, I told y'all to run. Y'all didn't listen to me. Now you're dead. This is your own fault.
Now you're dead.
Now you're dead.
Now you're dead.
You didn't even get your
Constantia
shoes or nothing.
turns to Marie and then to Good Willie and says,
Okay, Willy, I still love
"You'll
it.
be happy to know that your factory has been freed from the imposter and your people as well."
He kind of just nods, and then Sweeper kind of pipes and says, yes, your factory. This is what the young mistress normally does, isn't it? You want to know what happened?
Yes.
Right. Here's the tale for you. Well, unfortunately, I mean, yes, you kind of saved them. You started a rebellion, they retook the factory with no master. But they got carried away, don't you think? They started poisoning the sweets that they made and gave out to the public.
God damn
They
it.
started changing their minds. They were so twisted from their experimentation that got done on them. They started controlling everyone. First it was just America they took over. And then it spread to England.
No idea what any of this
And then to Europe. He just starts listing off many places, most of them not recognizable to you. They eventually kind of took over that whole world.
You can always tell where a film was created by which country falls first.
I know, right? And they kind of took it's more peaceful. The natural populace, they're treated okay. Not the best, not the worst. They've lost their freedom, but things are running smoother than they did. Turns out having one person, what's it called? Not democracy, the opposite. Like Korea.
Monarchy,
Monarchy.
Sure. A monarchy
Di-
is
dictatorship.
Oh,
a
dictatorship,
dictatorship
yeah.
is better than democracy in some cases, in case the democracy elects idiots. But yeah, they took over the world, I'm afraid. Be it good or bad in some cases.
I'm just saying.
Talia looks real sad. Like, you know, yet again another thing is just we've just made a place worse. We haven't really helped anything.
Seems every time we do something for this girl in red, the world is destroyed. I'm starting to think she's the villain of this story.
He kind of looks at
This is
Talia.
not a good idea for me to
And goes,
continue this.
Don't be so sad. They stopped all the wars. They stopped the pollution of their planet. They probably brought more time than they did if they continued on at the rate they were going.
Honestly, good and bad.
Mostly bad.
Mostly bad, yeah.
I mean, they stopped pollution and war and shit, so like at least there's that.
It is pollution.
At the cost of their freedom. And the murder of millions and millions.
Yeah.
It's not
I suppose.
ideal, no. It
Yeah.
never is ideal with her. But anyway, you, sir, with the grey hair there, Gene Wilder, I believe your name is,
Oh, not Willy
Willy
Wonka.
Wonka.
I thought his name was Willy.
Willy Wonka. Go see that girl, actually. I think it's a story. He just kind of crumbles into dust and vanishes himself.
It seems the little men needed a leader to stop from destroying the world.
I still think it should have been Constantia.
It does seem that
Yeah.
way, that they did need a couple of limits. Maybe they just got a bit carried away.
If we had more time before we were taken away, perhaps we could have put some sort of leader in place.
Yeah. But we were whisked away before we could do anything more than just kill.
I'm afraid she doesn't work like that. She just wants the story. The most interesting story. She unfortunately doesn't care much about the aftermath. So long as it's interesting, she's happy. Also, those of you who have not yet taken a long break or updated your health bars, you should do so.
Are you
what-
saying level up?
Not level up, no. Just long rest.
So, does the long rest
But-
just heal you? Is that all it does?
Yeah, you're just back to maximum and all your things.
And I get
Full
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 HP, all of your spell slots are redone. If you have your weird take a bonus action or whatever that was, that gets
Yeah.
refunded.
But
you're right, the
Talia
rest
kind of looks at her, is looking at her hands like, I feel more like a weapon than a helper.
Agreed. I, for one, do not enjoy being jerked around like some dog on a leash. We will have
Neither do
words with this
I.
red woman when we next meet.
Since she's not here for once, and I've never really gotten to know you, I don't get much time alone, to be honest. Is there anything I can do to alleviate your fears or answer anything?
Who's the bard woman we keep seeing? Lydia, I believe. She claimed to have worked with you before.
Laurelin.
Laurelin, sorry.
He kind of perks up at that name. Did you say Laurelin?
Yeah, Laurelin Daniel.
She's still alive?
Apparently, she keeps disappearing and reappearing uncontrollably at different points.
That's not good at all. Oh God. Do not
said
tell the
apparent-
writer this. Do not tell that lass this.
She said whenever we appear, so does she, but it's never the same us, apparently, or it's a different, where we know her at a different time, or I'm very confused on the whole aspect.
She acted like we were friends or something.
She
I don't
was
really get it.
she was part of the last party. They unfortunately met there, and I'm personally not quite sure how. You'd have to ask the writer, but I am very pleased that she survived, and that any of them did.
So we're just lambs to the slaughter.
No,
They met their end?
you're not lambs to a slaughter. You're
That's what it's feeling like.
She's in a delicate position. She's got to keep people, well, she feels like she's got to keep people entertained. Although she doesn't, really. She doesn't know this, though. And she tries her best. She's long since forgotten good or bad. But, little bit, I see the old her that I used to know years ago. Don't give up too much hope on her. You hardly know her.
Yeah, and still, twice we've just been sent in to fight something.
Fight something. Well, okay, the first time, yes. From what I saw, you did doom the world and all of that. That
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't have a thing
And
for
we
that.
did it again, apparently.
You didn't.
We gave a dictatorship to some world.
To
Against.
corrupted servants mutated by twisted experiments with no moral guidance.
But she might.
Exactly.
Oh my god, I hope she didn't know that or how it would turn out.
Hmm?
She isn't all knowing as she might want you to see. She, at times, can be a fool. I pray that she tried to do something good. Just scratch the surface and it just looks like a rebellion. That's what I hoped. That's all she saw.
Who are you, anyway, old man?
Me,
What is your part in all of this?
I'm no one these days. It doesn't matter. I just try to look after her the best that I can in this place.
Are you her father?
Roll a persuasion. What check? Roll a perception check.
Sure. Oh, am I trying to see his reaction?
Yeah, trying to see his
Maybe
reaction.
insight.
Roll
Should I
an
do insight?
insight check then.
No, I don't see nothing.
I also want to see if I can pick that up, but that's okay.
Go on.
Oh, can I try as well?
Fuck it, all of you try.
I mean,
Constantine and Talia at the same level of knowledge.
hmm
Damn.
Someone roll for the hamster too.
Once again, your elven
I'll
eyes.
roll for. I'll roll for.
Tell me what your elven eyes see.
Where's my hamster block? There's
I
the
don't
hamster
know.
block.
Anyway, as
I've got it. Wisdom +1.
the rest of them look at him, nothing seems to change, but Sam looks at him, he notices a bit of his facade, a bit of his neutral face kind of turns into a frown. Marshmallow, on the other hand, also sees this and kind of goes to himself
He would probably telepathically inform Talia.
and informs Talia.
since it is her.
Yeah.
Her familiar.
Because I'm just no one. Anyway, well done. Please don't judge her too. As this is going on, all of a sudden, you hear another Fatalia clink against the glass. This time, seemingly on the outside. As you hear a ho ho ho.
The fuck did you just call me?
Welcome to the motherfucking Christmas adventure. Sweeper kind of just shakes his head. Oh, not another one. Not this dickhead again.
Oh god.
I've still got the coal from last year.
So here's a funny story. In all the worlds I've ever visited, there's always one certainty. At a time of year, this red fat dickhead will come around and visit you. And the annoying thing about this git is he's more powerful than any of us. And if he's here, it's probably a decent thing, but due to the rules of this place, he needs to get the fuck out of here. Being in this place too long, uninvited, does not bode well for a person. It wears on you. It wears you down to your bones.
Yes, I can feel myself getting more annoyed by the moment.
Well, sorry. I guess. You guys... I don't exactly know where she is right now. I don't know what to do. You guys need to find the writer. She'll know what to do in this.
Do we have to? I don't really want to fucking deal with her bullshit right now.
I, for one,
She's
would like to
kind of
give her
a
peace of my
bitch.
mind.
Actually, yeah, Constantia. Good idea. Giving her a piece of our minds. And Maria's cracking her knuckles.
Jeez.
Your
Yeah.
hamster is more perceptive than you are.
As you look, at the mention of her name and all that, all of a sudden you see Sweeper's eyes just turn black as he gazes into you. Do not touch a hair on her head or you will answer to me.
Well, that's
Ooh.
fucking creepy.
I can't stop laughing.
Do not take me a conjure of cheap tricks.
Like, Marie's facial expression
Gandalf?
doesn't change. It's just like, well, that's fucking creepy.
Jesus Christ!
Cheese on a cracker.
Judas Priest.
Well, gravy and biscuits.
If it is like, if he's giving off like a legitimately terrifying aura, make mention of that sort of stuff.
It's not a terrifying aura, it's very subtle because he only rolled a fucking 10.
Oh, okay.
Because he's an idiot. This
Constantia
frail old man's trying to
sighs.
look scary.
And says, "For now, I just want words.
I
But if this child is, as you say, bound by some rules here, then she will have things to answer for.
I suppose it
Or
was
we-
only time she answered for her mistakes.
For we do not take kindly to being whisked from our homes and used as the instrument of the destruction of worlds.
Well, I have tried to defend her for this long. Maybe you will give her the wake-up call she finally needs.
Have you tried spanking her?
No, it's a bit too
Whoa.
kinky for my tastes.
Constantia will do
I was
that.
about to say, Constantia.
Marie
Gives
just,
Marnie a wink.
yeah, Marie just sort of like lifts an eyebrow like, ooh.
Talia's just like, oh dear.
I heard that Constantia gives a wink, so Marie goes red in the face and winks back.
Alright, enough of this. You guys need to go save this fat red man, and my voice is getting sore from doing this voice.
I'm old.
I'm really old, god damn
Professor
it.
Chris, what?
I am an old man, I'll have you know.
Right, are you all ready to go, or are there any questions you want to ask, which
Oh,
I'll
no.
answer in a normal voice?
We want to get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
Oh, it's a
Okay.
normal.
As
Oh,
possible.
okay. You said normal voice. I was going to ask you like a mountain of questions and just have you do Sweeper's voice for like 10 minutes.
No.
So we're gonna go to Santa, apparently.
Are we going to start a revolt with his elves? Tonight
You
Santa
guys
went
are a
crazy.
tad small for this map, aren't you?
Yeah.
Almost like
baby.
this
It's
custom designed one is very terrible.
Oh,
Hey, you
Jesus.
trying?
Sam, you should recognize this.
Um,
A bar with a theatre out front.
oh, yeah, I recognise it now.
It's the
It needs to be a weird kind of golden mask.
Yes.
Is this the oh, what's it called? Not the Tempest.
Yes.
Oh, the Under. That's it.
The Under presents.
What the fuck? You got that?
So,
I said the Under.
I'm
GM, did we
surprised.
just melt to dust and appear
Alright.
here? Like what?
So you guys kind of all melt to dust. Not fully. You don't black out like you normally do. You can still kind of see as you raise out of the bottle and then just suddenly appear on a staircase, and you see a little black creature in front of you just messing around with an ink bottle, shaking it, emptying it as you guys all come tumbling out.
Where is this creature?
Am I gonna have to find? Sure, that will do.
You can just do like a little square or something. You can just draw a shape.
But as you look around, there's quite a few of them, all seemingly wearing different hats. They all have
Ooh.
gold masks on them with different designs as well.
Oh, I see what they were waiting for.
I'm just trying to get a picture of the scene in my head.
Give me 2 seconds, and I will.
Get an actual
A
spirit
hundred.
picture.
Yes, I did take pictures.
I have no idea what they were waiting for. I'm stupid and confused.
So that's kind of what it looks like in front of you.
Apparently, someone just went, "Yo, someone Zen, who is Alex, apparently, hello again, Zen. Just said, "Yo, it's the main stage." So I'm assuming he's from your community.
Yes,
and has been
yes.
waiting to see this.
That is probably very true. But yes, I sent a link. That is what you roughly see in front of you.
Ooh.
If you look behind you, there is just endless, seemingly desert.
It's beautiful.
Did someone draw a wizard hat? Yes, they did.
I thought that was you, honestly.
That was not me. But yeah, there's this kind of like little black creatures. Quite a few of them around you. All with different masks. They don't seem threatening or anything like that. Just kind of fiddling around, doing what you assume to be some kind of magic in their spell masks. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Okay.
So much.
okay.
Does anyone want a picture of the
I am
little
back.
sprite or?
Welcome back.
If you want to
Um,
provide a thing of the sprites, then you can.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
These stairs go up or down?
Somebody just
They
said a
go
picture.
down.
Depends on the thing.
Ah, okay.
I'm
Shadow goes-
unsure if that is Alex, that is Sunny Alex or slash Zen. I do not know who Sunny is. I'm afraid.
Is that sunny?
This feels like a reference to something.
This is
Yes.
loosely based on another game, but this is what you assume to be the main hub world going forwards.
Okay.
I'll put a
you-
picture in the chat.
So you're using the under as your main hub.
It's got such
I like-
shitty lore to it, but so loose
that's
it is.
Kind of a cool little creature. It's pretty flavorful.
Hmm.
Okay.
I
So
love
do,
this
do, the,
sprite.
do the creatures think we're a bit odd because we look nothing like them?
But-
Are they scared of us, or?
Do they think we're voice actors?
As the creatures kind of spot you, they all kind of crowd around you, just snapping their fingers, looking at you expectantly.
Can I help
Talia just
you?
hesitantly snaps back, like,
Can I help y'all? Or are you just gonna go keep on in our faces?
It kind of mentions to itself through charades and just puts a cross over where you assume its mouth would be.
Oh, y'all can speak. Oh.
I feel like they're kind of like a gang and they're just snapping to one another.
They're just walking toward you menacingly, all snapping at once.
Snap, snap, snap. As they're like brushing their hair and stuff. Yeah.
at actor alert 5 loggers at mainstay.
Ignore the stairs all of a sudden changing directions, by the way.
Don't worry about it.
I can't kick that one. Fuck it, that one stays. But yeah,
It's alright, it's good. It's alright.
they just kind of stare at you, expect like they're waiting for something to happen as they kind of just start pointing down the staircase this way.
Constancia picks up on what's going on here and holds up a hand there and says, "Hold on, I think I speak the language." Hello, little things. We come here to find someone. The big man in red.
It kind of just
As she speaks a haku.
twists its head, looks at you a little bit confused, but nods and just motions for you to follow it.
Fantastic.
Okay, so they are not actually artistically inclined. They're just posing. Got it.
Yeah.
Down the steps. we
As you go down the steps towards the stage, on the side you see a kind of like a bar. Let's see if I can grab another photo for you. And behind that bar there seems to be a skeleton talking in a Boston accent, which I cannot do. And just talking to the little creatures, as some of them are seemingly up there to get a drink or something like that. You're not too sure.
Oh, hey there, little guy. What do you want to drink?
See, I don't know why when you said Boston, I was like, "Hey, I'm walking here," and I was like, "That's not Boston."
That's New York.
That's New York.
Yeah, like, that's no idea.
But yeah,
Oh,
that's
hey.
this kind of little bar area. She's standing behind it, making up and serving drinks. He goes, oh, we got some new ones here.
I got a bunch of new faces in here.
Why don't you come on over, sit down, dearies?
I move 60
Wow.
feet.
Time
He's gonna
sprites at this
hesitantly-
point, the snapping increases, like they're kind of trying to
Oh,
motion
jeez.
that they're clapping.
Marnie stands in Constantia's face for a moment.
Talia has a bit of
Marie.
a struggle to get onto the seat just because it's like it's one of those bar stools.
God,
and
we're
just
so
trouble-
big.
Like, just like sit down. Okay, it's just
So huge. Okay.
probably like we're in normal size. I think from what we are. It's just
You're
We need
meant
to
to
be
be
big for the
normal
stairs,
size.
but normal size for the bar.
Look, it's dodgy, okay? Shush. I'm terrible at making maps. Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna try to nestle between these two lovely ladies here. If
Oh.
there's an available seat.
oh hello.
Okay.
Well,
Also because it's
Marie-
closest to the bartender.
Totally
Sure,
not.
that's fine.
Totally for practical purposes and not to be between the two ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
of course, like,
Poor Aldrin. He's,
nothing
he's just like the
untoward's going
third. He's like the fourth wheel in this weird. Poor Aldrin's got the. He hasn't made a move on anybody.
yeah.
Is this working? Hello? Yes, it
Right?
is.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
I was making sure that this thing was working. She looks over at you and goes, So are you new here? I've not seen you before.
I suppose we are. We're not really quite
Yeah.
sure where here is, but hello, anyway.
Yeah, this place is kind of new to us.
Well,
We've never been here.
Do you have anything to drink?
We're not even sure we're here.
Oh, that
yet.
music's really quiet.
right, you
Oh,
can
there's
turn it
music.
up.
Hold on. Yeah, as a point of courtesy, whenever using Groovy, alert to song changes so we know when if we need to.
Maybe, I
Alright.
don't know what I'm choosing.
So she kind of just looks over at all the many beers and drinks that are around and goes, I've got plenty. This bar seems to restock itself.
Bloody Mary, if you don't mind.
Oh,
Not quite sure what that is, but I'll whip something up for you, my dear. And she just pulls out a glass, starts pouring what looks like some beer and some wine into it, and just hands it over to you.
The fuck?
Are you
fuck is
okay? This is what the others normally drink, and they don't complain too much.
I sniffed this horrible concoction of two spirits that were never meant to mix.
So I think, do you have a sweet white or red wine, please, perhaps?
Sure,
Perhaps
my
just
dear.
a glass of wine as well, and I pushed the experiment away.
I just go, do you have a
Marie.
rosé?
Hey,
Marie says,
hey, you little sprite there. Do you mind turning these glasses to gold so they don't get all smashed up? That's the little black creature next to you pulls off what seemingly looks like his golden face and starts doing some magic. And then all of a sudden, it's a bit of gold spewing out of it as they put the wine glasses into it, and they just come out as pure gold and get put
oh,
next
Can I
to
put
it.
my swords onto the mask?
Okay. Yeah?
I can have. No, I'm not going to.
Oh,
I
okay.
was thinking I could just
Your
have, like,
swords are super weak because they're made of pure gold.
This woman in front of you, the bartender, the skeleton, just kind of pours it all down. Goes, there you go, my dears.
on the golden mask, can I put that giant squirrel tail that I had from
No,
earlier?
but it's already gone back to its face. And for those of you who are wondering, on the stage now, there's a couple of stage shows playing in the background.
As someone who's never actually seen this game, I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of context.
You're not missing
No,
out
I-
on much,
I only
honestly.
know a little bit. Spock has been putting pictures in the
You're
chat.
basically in a theatre room. There's a stage going on. There's strange black creatures
Is-
around you.
The
Is the
masks
person-
do slight things, like, not alchemical, but like, sort of like that.
So are we
Is the person on?
Sorry.
One at a time.
That's what I'm letting Constance go first.
Huh? Oh, I was just gonna ask if the person on stage was being well received.
The
Or if
little
they're,
black
like,
creatures
booing or
seem to be
snapping or
ignoring them. They're more interested in you.
Oh wow, I feel terrible for the person on that stage.
Oof.
Big oof.
Any other
Big
questions?
oof.
This next act some
Yeah,
years
go ahead.
ago, and have been having
Alright,
a book
none I
them
guess.
ever since.
So, what brings you to these parts? How did you get here, my dears?
But every party
Uh,
needs a pooper. So roll up your
Out of a
sleeves
bottle,
and
apparently.
become apple
Now
pie
that's a new
bunnies
one to me.
and friends.
I guess you all came here the same way?
Yeah, we kind of came as a group.
Well,
But,
what was
Can
that,
I
my
use?
dear?
I was just, outside, DM, are we, is this a resting place? Like, or are we here for the Red Man?
You're still here for the Red Man.
Okay, I just wanted to check if this was a moment to rest, or if it was...
You just had a long rest.
Can I use history to try and find out more for the group?
You can try and do a history check, I guess, although you don't know any history about
So-
this place.
So,
Yeah.
wait. Okay, so in Pathfinder there was a skill called Knowledge Local. That is no such thing here. So what some people will do is they'll actually have kind of history to kind of do double duty, to where if you are in a place where you would not conceivably know about it, you can roll a history to kind of like gather information from like people and stuff.
Okay.
And it's kind of a way to shorthand, asking every
Mm.
commoner on the street where the bar is.
Luckily, you've already found the bar.
I thought for a second Eldon was saying he wants to learn history about the group as in about us, and I'm like, you have to ask us if you want to know stuff about us.
No
Not how it
shortcuts to that, I'm
works.
afraid.
Can I
Not how
avoid
it
all
works.
human interaction and just get information?
I mean, well, I'm the only human here, so
That's true.
I fucking hate this stage act. But anyway,
yeah, no. Constantia has like refocused her ears away from the stage and just is starting to tune it out.
Yeah, I'm just turning it
I
out.
don't blame you. Sam, you want to do a history check?
Mhm.
Do you want to roll it,
Yes.
man?
I did.
Did you?
Mhm.
Oh, my thing is not scrolled down. I am so sorry. As you can gather from this place, as you look around, it's just endless desert. There's these weird mute creatures, as you know. And as you look
Snap.
towards the stage, these stage performances seem to just be on repeat for a little time you've been here. No one's interested in them. People just ignore them. They're just kind of background noise. But you can tell the skeleton kind of seems a bit special. As for just generally the world, you look around, it just seems to be mostly a big empty desert. Kind of like a limbo.
Are there windows to see out of to see the desert going on into nothing?
No, but like if you look up the stairs, like where it cuts off, it's just
Oh,
turns
it just
into
fucking
endless
ends.
desert.
Like, okay.
I know it just ends. I
Weird.
don't have a big enough
No,
map
I-
to do desert.
I'm not asking. No. Don't misunderstand. I'm not asking for a map. I'm asking narratively up
Oh.
the stairs. It's just void and desert.
Yeah.
It just basically goes towards, basically
But
ends
basically,
into
the front of the
desert.
building is the front of the building is basically missing, isn't it?
Yeah. And there's little bits of sand around on the floor next to you.
How surreal.
Alright. The
What's-
bartender kind of looks at you guys. Are you okay, my lot? Are you just kind of staring into the... What the fuck?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Combat.
Suddenly
time.
there's combat!
There's a snapping off. It just started getting more angrily. Get
It just
angry
starts
with the
snapping
snapping.
faster.
All the fucking little
I
black
pressed
guys
T
are
and-
snapping.
See
We
that
got
you cannot rest
picked
when enemies are nearby.
in our group chat then.
Alright.
Constantia will ask the bartender a very important question and say, "Are you not the bartender here?"
Technically no, but I do shifts once in a while. There is no bartender here, honestly. It's just whoever feels like it to entertain these creatures.
Constantia hops the bar and is gonna find some tomato juice.
So you really want that bloody? Can you make me an amaretto sours?
Yes, one moment. I'm gonna start serving drinks.
She kind of stares at you, goes, "Oh, okay, then help yourself. It seems to restock itself."
I want to gesture to one of the little sprites for an egg, so I can make the sour.
Oh, for fuck off.
need egg
Constantine will then
whites.
ask, so, have you seen a large man in red? Has a penchant for calling women unsavory words.
What? She
You
kind of.
called me.
Ho ho ho.
You called
Oh,
me a
okay.
fucking ho ho ho, which I do not appreciate.
It's that what got them all into a little. Normally these sprites are so calm and happy, but they were a bit more agitated when they got to me. I'm guessing, yeah. I suppose they probably saw him flying around.
He flies, does he?
I'm not too sure. Have you tried talking to one of these things? They're just complete and utter nonsense.
They can't speak, can they?
No. It's just snapping. Non-stop snapping. That's all they ever do.
Yeah,
Why?
it's creepy.
I don't
That
know.
one has an onion.
Doesn't have an onion.
Okay.
Snap, 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 snap.
As you look up beside you, they're just snapping into their mask, a little blue thing, and just hundreds and hundreds of onions are popping out.
Oh dear.
Don't worry about that. They eat anything.
I eat
Tyler
the
just kind of
onion.
takes the onion and is like examining it for like magical properties, and I'm assuming it's probably just an onion, but
Roll an Arcana check.
it's gonna be a magic onion.
You have a magic onion that restores all spells when eaten.
As you stare intensely at this onion, you realise it is just a normal onion, but you look slightly beyond it and catch a glimpse of its mask. And you realise there's great power held within there that allows whatever these things are to cast all manner of spells and magic to summon things.
Ooh, I believe these things may be conjuration wizards.
Constancia puts a sweet and sour in front of Marnie. Or Marie.
Thank you, darling. And just gives a wink
She nods.
as she sits.
You should take notes, Mr. Skeleton.
Look, I'm not paid to be a bartender. I'm meant to be cleaning up this place, okay? Endless days of sweeping is all I do. I don't know where the rest of my crew's got to.
Who's your boss?
And she kind of looks at the stage, and there's this great big black figure introducing the next stage act. She just kind of points and goes, him, normally, although he seems a bit
So-
stuck these days.
He would be the one to speak with.
Good luck. I've been trying to speak to him for years. He just ignores all of us, going on repeat with the rest of the stages.
I've got an idea for this. Marie downs her drink and
Oh.
walks over to the stage.
That was a
Two.
powerful drink.
Constitution roll.
You think Marie cares? So Marie's gonna try and grab the guy who's like doing the thing and introducing everyone.
Tyler's just sipping her wine, like, oh.
I guess. Fuck it, for lack of anything else, roll a sleight of hand check. Just to mix it up a bit.
Oh.
Oh shit!
You know how
weren't
much
Before
harder
someone
it is
Dex,
DMs me
Dex,
this,
right?
I know it's completely wrong. Shush.
What the fuck? Sleight of hand?
I know,
I love
right?
it. You weren't expecting that, were you?
You go to grab him, and weirdly enough, your hand just goes straight through him. Like he's not there at all.
But is there an onion in her hand?
No, there's just nothing.
No, not the onion.
He doesn't even react or say anything. And so the bartender kind of goes, Don't bother, my love. I've been trying for years.
So he
Don't
might
trust
even be
that.
there.
It's just a recording, my dear.
A recording? The fuck is?
Oh yes, recordings are like an ability. I can only record audio, but this visual recording is fascinating.
These things play every hour on the hour, in a loop, non-stop. He spouts the same old rubbish. I don't think he's here.
Yeah, he ain't here, and Marie's kind of looking at her hand and, like, gripping, like, really uncomfortably at the air. Don't know how I feel about that.
It's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah.
And Tali sort of like the drink that motions to the glass that Constantia handed to me and was like,
What kind of drink was that, by the way? I've never really had much else except wine.
It was a sweet and sour.
What's that?
It's a drink that is both sweet and sour.
Talia is a moron. Talia just like nods like, yeah, she completely understands what that means.
She says, oh jeez. It's mostly sugar, lemon juice, and some other things.
Ooh, sounds yummy.
It was.
What Eldrin's
The
just living in here.
bartender kind of looks at all of you and goes, well, let me introduce myself. I am Francine. Nice,
Hello, miss.
nice to meet you all.
Hello, I'm Talia.
Howdy,
Pleasure to
I'm
meet you
Marie.
all. Now, I don't know much about this fat man in red that you're talking about, but
Other than the fact that he can fly.
that's what
Which is
these
more than
little
us.
things tried to tell me. They seem to know everything that's going around here. But
The
they
little
don't
things that you
say a
said you
lick of
couldn't
sense.
understand.
Can you understand charades?
Eh.
To a little
We
degree.
got you there.
They were meant, but I did see the other day when I was walking around. There was this strange thin guy with big ears and a cloak, and it's being led by a little girl. I think it was a little girl in a red hood.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's those two. Fine. Then I believe our only recourse is to question these non-speaking entities and hope they can give us some information to go off of.
Am I missing something?
Girl in the red cloak.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I saw a green thing with ears, and I was like,
The writer
Little Red Riding
and
Hood and the wizard.
yeah, she knows where they are, but she doesn't know where the Santa is.
I didn't realize the wizard was green. I'm sorry, I was confused.
I do give Adrian his drink. I just never mentioned it.
So,
I
what
drink
do
the
you
drink
guys
and
wish to
compliment.
do?
I'm gonna go up to one of these masked creatures and get its attention.
Marie's gonna go up to the same one and try and...
As you start to surround this creature, this one in particular is rather short. It seems to have like a crab mask on with a flower crown. And it just kind of holds its hands in front of its face, looks at you all, like expectingly, and just kind of waits for you to do something.
After the
Talia.
lime.
Talia puts her hands in front of her face as well, like trying to copy it, mimic it.
Can I see that the stage and all the little sprites are bored of the stage. Can I attempt to entertain one to get answers to try and get his attention?
Get
You
on the
want
stage,
to
get
do
on
a
the stage.
performance check.
Woo!
Yes.
Talia can do performance. She can.
Those of you who wish to go on stage, do so.
You know what? Talia hasn't had much interaction with Eldrin. She'll if Eldrin asks, she will follow.
I need to zoom out to like 50%.
You can hold Alt and mouse wheel to, but don't go too far, or else it'll page back if you're on Firefox unless you disable it.
Firefox. Ugh.
Megan cries in the background. I like.
Yeah, I go to the stage and like try and perform to get their attention.
And
Talia will join.
Talia, who is all hopped up on wine, is like, I can perform too.
Yeah. Talia's like, oh, you actually, surprisingly, it seems like Talia is used to performing in a way.
Well,
That's-
So Adrian steps up first, and gets a 1.
Falls off the stage.
So what does Adrian's performance look like before Talia?
So I literally
steps in?
just, I think I just get up on stage and just fall off stage. And
Okay. You walk up there in a drunken stupor with a beer bottle or whatever it was you're drinking in one hand, and you just face plant as the little black creatures kind of move away from you, not willing to hold you up or anything.
And Talia's sort of noticing this, kind of steps up to try and recover it. Question. DM, is there a piano on stage? I'm assuming it's the piano music.
As you say that, it's weird. The guy that you tried to question earlier just goes, "Up next is a very special guest," and then all of a sudden a piano kit just appears in front of you.
Because if not, she would have pulled out something else. But Talia kind of like nervously sits down and sort of prepares herself at the piano. DM, am I allowed to ask for an advantage to perform the piano?
Why
This
would
is
you get
something
an advantage?
Because it's something she's proficient in it, and she's used to doing this
The
sort
liquid
of
courage courses through you.
liquid courage. She's used to doing this without giving too much away. She's used to doing this kind of thing. I'll explain in a private message if you want.
She sees her chance to prove her worth to her party members,
Yeah, there you go.
emboldened by the alcohol.
Yeah, go on then, it's fine.
Hang on, I'll just DM you quickly just to explain what I mean.
I don't have the link to what I want, but god damn you, whoever you are, who I'm still in queue.
I'm just typing really quickly, so spelling is gonna be off. There you go. That's what I was trying to imply without giving away too much based on my background. If that's okay with you.
Go on then, yeah, you can have an advantage.
There you go, 16! Is that
Yeah,
successful?
it's a success, I guess.
Yeah, so Talia begins playing a very, very beautiful and gentle melody on the piano.
I thought you said you were proficient in performance.
No, I've got proficiency in piano. In
Well, then you have a +2 to
instruments.
that.
Oh, cool. +2. Then
18.
it's a 18. So yeah, it's a very beautiful, very very skillful performance.
I think as we're trying to question this masked creature, it actually will grab Constantia's attention. She'll just kind of turn and gaze off towards the stage for a moment.
And you'll see Talia. Talia is sort of almost not trance-like, but like she seems to be almost a little bit like different, more confident, more calm, as she sort of closes her eyes and plays this very beautiful tune and sort of slightly sways a bit as she plays.
As this happens, the little sprite thing, the little black thing that was getting interrogated suddenly just runs off and joins the others at the stage. Just watching.
What's Marie's reaction to this?
Marie also kind of stands up from probably crouching to try and. I'm assuming by short, you mean that they're like shorter than 5'2". If not,
Halfling
Marie.
sized or hamster sized?
Yeah. Like, are they human short or are they like halfling short type
The
thing?
halfling is half as tall as a human.
Yeah, I know. I was just asking Sparks.
This is what Talia's kind of playing at the moment. Without the vocals, obviously.
It's me singing while on the floor going, hey, yes.
Yeah, okay then. Yeah, that's what happens. They're about half your size, yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
Marie's kind of crouching to try and like intimidate them, but like she stands and kind of looks over, leaning onto her like arm slightly, like head in hand, just listening.
This is perfect music.
It's on her
Sounds
haunches.
Darren Marie.
Pretty good, ain't she?
Yes. She's surprisingly good at that.
Yeah, Shy Girl's got a little bit of talent, but isn't her fancy schmancy magic.
seems to be resonating with the crowd.
All the little time sprite black creatures are just kind of swaying their hands back to side, just clicking along with the beat.
Yeah, so Talia's basically just trying to warm up them so you guys it'll be easier to sort of talk to, and she just continues playing for you.
Do any of you wish to try and question one?
Not during the performance.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. So,
I
what's
shall be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna AFK for like a minute and a half. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay.
What?
I'm just thinking about the fact that, like, Eldrin's just kind of sat there as the three girls of the party are just flirting with each other.
Poor Eldrin is just like... poor Eldrin just sat there like, well, I guess I'm the one.
Guess I'm the fourth wheel.
He can make it. Maybe Eldrin's just gay, that's the thing. Eldrin's gay, he's not interested in any of the women.
I am back. Sorry for the interruption.
No,
Hi.
we were just discussing how Eldrin's probably gay.
Okay then.
Also,
Okay.
on a
He has no
phase,
interest in the other female characters.
My interest is the skeleton behind the bar.
Wow.
We're gonna
wow,
bone.
so you're a necrophiliac. Okay.
It actually turns out that somehow the hamster is singing this. You never heard it talk in your life.
Yeah, it just popped up and it's like.
Oh, it's got the voice of Lucifer. Just,
Yeah.
Just making a little squeaky sound.
And then you're in combat. Fuck off.
Oh dear.
Right.
But yeah.
So the stage, the
Which
curtains
one?
closed.
On a
On a
hang on.
phase. On a phase. Just popped off for a minute.
Alright.
Hang on, just for a sec.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Oh wait,
Perfect.
Just
The
for a
just
second.
curtains-
finishes. Talia sort of stands up and like does a little like shy bow with her like sort of hands in front of her, little curtsy.
The
As the song
curtains
finishes.
kind of close as the strange creatures throw a mix of golden roses at you and just normal roses.
Oh, Talia picks some of them up and keeps them.
Constantia can't help but notice that she never noticed how cutely the red hair kind of falls across her face when she's all flushed like that.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, Talia walks off the stage after sort of bowing and taking some roses as, you know.
The creatures kind of just follow all of you as a party and just look at you expectantly, like clicking, like waiting for something to happen.
Well done. And she'll turn to the little creatures and say, "Looking for a large man in red. Has anyone seen him?"
Let's have a look. See. Roll a perception check for me, my dear.
A perception? Sure. What am I perceiving?
Let's see if you can understand their charades.
Ah.
like once for yes, twice for no.
Don't bring logic to this, man.
It's the same value, but here, have this 15.
So you look, they're doing strange motions, but you get the gist that they're just kind of pointing up the stairs, and then gesturing.
stairs?
Well, all these stairs lead to the same place. Out into the desert. They're gesturing towards out into the desert, and then go left. And that's about all they say.
Alright. I see. She nods as if understanding what they're saying. And she turns to her fellows and says, "I believe we have a lead.
Where are we going?
Out. And to the left. Well done, by the way."
Oh, thank you.
And she kind of like blushes a little bit.
Yeah, gotta say, you were pretty impressive there.
It's something I'm used to.
Love
And she just
triangle
kinda-
established.
Love triangle engage.
I'm apparently going to be the cuck of the group.
No,
Yes.
see, Eldrin, you're the gay bear. best friend. You just
Oh,
I'm behind the camera.
you're the one who like does all that behind the scenes things to make everything go.
right.
I've
You do our
I've got to
vlog.
clean the couch again.
You do our vlog.
Hey, it's your own fault for not showing interest in anybody.
You're what the camera cuts to once we fade to black together.
If you want
And
any
you're
more,
just
it's
doing, like-
$5.99 a month.
You're doing the office stare at the camera thing, just like, hmm. All right, GM, let's
As you
upstairs.
start making your way, just another stage show generic one kind of pops up. I don't have a map for this, so you're gonna stay here.
And go to
As
the
you
left.
head up the stairs, and you just keep walking, and all of a sudden, it just slowly turns into sand. You look back; it seems to be a giant upside-down turned boat that you were in.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
As you look, I'm guessing you look to the left and the right.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems to be kind of endless desert either way. It's up to you what you wish to do.
To the left.
Alright, the little black sprites, they've decided to stay and have a drink. They're not too interested in you now.
Well, I mean, hopefully the bartender actually knows something about drinks now that I've shown him a thing or two.
Who knows if these creatures even have taste buds?
But do we have are we having difficulty walking in like the thick sand, or are we
Oh
doing
no,
okay?
you're fine.
What's the sun in the sky situation out here?
The sun just seems kind of plonk straight up. From what you it doesn't seem to be moving at all.
Constancia will pull her heavy hood over her face before walking out into this shitty desert.
And Ty's like, if the sun's bothering you, you can borrow my hat. It gives quite a bit of shade.
What one
I
would be
appreciate that.
direction?
Sorry?
What skill check would be direction?
When you want to track something or find your way through the wilderness, it is survival.
Thank you.
You were saying, Constancia?
Constancia will smile apologetically and say, it's quite alright. It looks better on you.
Oh, thank you.
As you travel the desert for a good couple of minutes, all of a sudden, roll perception, whoever's the best at it.
I've got a +4 to perception.
There are several of us that are best at it.
I don't care. One of you roll it.
I'll roll.
We're a very perceptive party.
Yeah.
There you go, I've rolled. Oh,
As Talia looks up, all of a sudden, she hears a ho 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 and then just sees what looks like 12 reindeers with a sleigh, with a man whipping them to go forward in giant red, just fly over the sky really quickly.
Talia, can I borrow that? I say, motioning towards her crossbow.
Ty's
Oh
like,
my God.
Sure. And passes it over to her.
I'm firing an arrow at the sleigh.
Can I do the same?
When you take out Rudolph.
Must I roll attack for you, Constance?
No, I'll roll it. It's fine.
Can I do the same? Like, I want to see what Constantia is doing and then, like, fire up at the sleigh as well.
I pull out my bow and follow.
Do I need to give Santa
Claus?
a fucking stat page? No, I probably don't. They'll be
Well, I'm not-
innocent.
I'm not
Everyone
attacking
else
him. I'm
recommends
trying
me.
to get
Yes,
his
do it.
attention.
She's not trying to attack him, she's just trying to get his attention.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to shoot down his fucking sleigh!
I love the
Why-
fact that if you
okay,
roll
let me
a 1 while
clarify.
trying to get his attention, you
Let
kill
me,
a
let me
reindeer.
clarify. Everyone, it looks like she's shooting at the sleigh, but my intention is to shoot like several yards in front of it to kind of just
Okay.
like have it cross his bow.
Marie does not see this, and she's trying to shoot at the sleigh.
Oh dear.
I'm trying to skewer a reindeer.
Specifically.
Okay.
Why?
And
Why?
Bean? Okay.
Marie is specifically at the wooden part of the
Oh.
sleigh rather than like one of the reindeers or the.
So there's an arrow that goes flying across the bow about 20 yards. Then there's one that goes shook into the sleigh, and then Rudolph right in the neck just catches an arrow.
Mary? So,
And just for good measure, Talia does a minor illusion in front of him to like say hiya, basically. I don't know what of. It's just
Oh,
why not? Everyone's
Can Marshmallow
firing
jump
at him.
onto the arrow that I fired?
No.
Into the sky?
no.
June, would you like to roll insight before you potentially piss off the demigod Archfey by killing one of his reindeer?
Right, so as this goes on, you all manage, apart from Montefiore, to hit his sleigh. He glares at you, looking really pissed off, and then just speeds off into the
Wait,
distance.
when he looks, I wave at him. And I say, hey!
As you see kind of where he was flying, he's dropped a couple bits of coal down.
Oh,
One for each arrow that's hit his sleigh.
I didn't do an arrow, I just did an illusion.
I really
Like-
wish that I tied a rope to the arrow now, so we could just hold on to the rope. And go, "Whoa!"
It doesn't quite work like that.
Unfortunately
I mean,
for
yeah.
you,
Onto the sleigh.
the sleigh has sped off into the distance in the sky, out of sight.
I hand the
Well,
crossbow
yeah.
back and say, well,
The sights are off.
that's going to be a negative to our diplomacy checks. We should follow them.
I guess.
I don't see any point in staying here. If we get a good Bloody Mary.
So I guess we're following after the sleigh then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you keep wandering the desert, trying to follow where this incredibly fast sleigh went,
Straight line. He's got no reason to veer off course, you know.
you just fucking shot at him. It's getting the fuck out of there.
This just reminds me of Arthur's Christmas.
Pretty much. But yeah, you wander after him, and you can still see him in the distance, but you can also just see this strange house in the different. It looks a bit out of place.
God. Is the desert snowy or?
In fact, where the sleigh has been travelling, like below it, is just a thick layer of snow.
Ah, easy to follow then.
So yeah, there's a snow trail that goes over this house. It's up to you if you want to investigate the house or keep going after the snow trail.
Um,
No, we'll investigate the house.
If this is a giant desert,
Yes.
does that mean where the writer normally stays, which is surrounded by desert, is this the same planet slash plane slash
Well,
country?
you did just get emptied out of what you've now assumed is an ink bottle. So you assume, it's safe to assume this is her home. Well, not the house, but her plane of existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to investigate the house as well, by the way.
Alright,
I'm just gonna walk up and see if we can't see through the window.
ready
Fuck
for a
yes.
teleport?
Oh shit! We're back with Jean.
Gee!
Mr. Wilder.
So, at the moment, you're looking through outside in the windows.
Yeah.
You try and look through the windows. They're all really sanded up. They don't even seem that clear. It's like they're still half melted.
And we're giants.
Yeah, we need to shrink.
Yeah. We're giants.
We just come crashing through the house.
Marie's the first one to shrink.
Oh, yeah.
5, 4, 5.
We're technically outside, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah.
I
Just
say I
Godzilla,
didn't kill her. Oh, Mark.
just
Alright.
Godzilla meets what you call it? The Juice Man. Just show. Yeah.
The Juice Man, I love it.
Kool-Aid Man. Oh,
I'm crashing
you
through
sound
like the
Mutt
Juice Man. I'm gonna call him the Juice
The Meat
Man. from now
Man.
on.
The Meat Man. The Meat Man.
Juice Man. Oh hey.
Yeah, that's this world's version of the Kool-Aid Man. Juice Man.
All right, Jim. We've approached the house, and you said we can't see through the windows.
Nope, you can't. They seemingly are really, really wobbly and hard to see through, like they've just been forged.
So all the
Sorry.
stuff that we're seeing, we can't see.
So I says,
Not if you're outside.
So I says, I might be able to help with this, actually.
Oh.
Just so you know, I won't be able to see you guys for a sec, but it should help.
And Talia's sort of gonna close her eyes when she opens them. They're gone sort of like they're white and glowing. And DM, I'd like to poof my hammy inside, since it's within 30 feet of me, and see through Marshmallow's eyes, and hear as well. Hear and see through Marshmallow.
I am
Oh.
so gonna nerf this one of these days, but yes, that is allowed.
Oh, you're like a. Is it a warg?
That is not a
you're
nerf ability. That is a core ability that is in the game.
I know.
But yeah, Marshmallow
Blind
is
your
going
hamster.
to sort of sit on a bookshelf or try and just be inconspicuous and listen in to what's being
You
said.
can hear
and
as well, right?
I can hear and see through him.
As you look in, they don't really notice this tiny little hamster hiding behind a bookcase because they're too preoccupied. You see the writer kind of having an argument with the wizard that you met earlier, Farangar, going, I don't care if you like it or not. This is where you have to stay for a bit, because if you step too far out there, that sand will ground you into dust and you'll join it. He goes, well, I don't care, I just want to go home, send me home then. He goes, well, I can't because you're a stupid fool who got himself here himself. If you had some manners, maybe you would have better luck. This argument goes on and on for like 10 minutes so far.
Gene Wilder's just sitting there, like, nodding, like he's watching a tennis match. Just
Meanwhile, outside, Talia, who cannot hear or see anything from her own body, has just gone completely kind of glossy-eyed and without telling anyone what she's doing. So she just kind of she'll feel a hand on her shoulder, and like everyone but her will hear like, Talia, are you okay? And it's kind of like shaking.
Yeah, Talia did say she won't be able to see you. She didn't say she wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to hear you, so I suppose she did mess up in that.
Talia, you okay there? Talia. And Marie's also trying to get her attention, but like, she's speaking to her and she can't hear.
So while you're seeing and hearing out of your hamster, you just feel all these people touching you.
Yeah, she can feel, by the way. She can't hear or see. All she's feel is just people touching her. And she like breaks it. You watch her close her eyes and open, and it goes back to her normal green eyes. She's like,
What? What's going on?
Are you alright?
Oh, sorry. I suppose I didn't explain. I'm looking through my familiar. I can see and hear what he sees, but I can't hear or see anyone else. I can feel, though, if somebody touches me.
Oh. She kind of like takes her hand off your shoulders and says, yeah. So what's inside?
The writer, as well as the Mr. Wonker and the wizard we met before.
Wonker.
Wonker.
Oh, what
I
a
love it.
what a wonker.
sorry. She's polite.
But it seems they seem to be having an argument. The writer is telling the two men that they need to stay inside or they'll be crushed up into dust
Well,
and join the sand.
as much as I'd love to give that little girl a piece of my mind, perhaps now is not the time.
Should we not get off the sand?
Yeah, I was just about to say, will that happen to us? Because I don't feel
We're
like...
not on the sand, she says, motioning to the floor, covered in snow.
I guess.
I believe the writer mentioned something about if we weren't protected by her, we'd eventually degrade into sand. So I'm assuming we're safe, but they're not.
Can one of you roll a stealth check?
Sure, I'll do that.
Actually, all of you roll a stealth check.
Are we doing a group check?
Yeah.
Where if everyone or majority is stealthy.
thing.
Hell yeah! Look at Talia. Talia's stealthy.
Alright,
Talia's
you're
stealthy.
fine.
Marie's a pink monster, so she's just kind of noticeable.
Yeah, Marie's a barbarian. Marie doesn't know. Marie's just like, yeah, what? Stealth? What's stealth?
Marie just kind of accidentally lets out a burp. She also drank the horrible concoction of the wine and ale that
Oh, jeez.
Marie,
So I
are
push it
you
aside and
saying
you're just like yoink?
you want to break their successful stealth check here?
Oh, must Marshmallow do a,
Love
a
that the music
stealth as
just
well?
stopped when you said that.
Dun.
At the moment, you are all stealth. Still, they don't
Oh,
know you're
okay.
there.
So,
Oh,
so
okay.
Constantia
I
does
was
say, as much as I'd like to give that girl a piece of my mind, perhaps it's best if we do not let them know we're here for now and continue to follow the snow. Out of character, we were supposed to deal with Santa before Red got involved, right?
No?
No?
You just...
No,
Oh.
we were told to find Red and the Red Man. That's all.
Oh, were we?
Yeah, you were tasked... Oh, Red will know what to do about this. You were told
Oh.
not to tell her about the bard that you keep meeting.
Right. Okay. Then
Do you
in
wish
that
we-
case, reverse that. I will say instead. Suppose now is as good a time as any, and I'll reach for the door handle.
Marie's gonna see that you're reaching for the door handle and barge in as well. Just like, hey guys.
Like I'm going to open the door, you just put boot to wood.
Yeah. Marie just like boot to wood.
FBI, open up!
y'all. Howdy y'all.
Eh,
And just steps then.
Just shouts, "This is a raid," and just kicks down the door.
FBI, open up.
The writer turns to look at you guys. Oh, you're back from your last adventure, are you? Turned out well, I trust?
Well, as well as it could when someone wasn't listening to reasonable directions and looks directly at Willy Wonka.
He kind of just slinks away, goes, "Oh, sorry, I wanted to stand up for myself."
Talia
You got
scoops up
yourself
Marshmallow.
killed. You got yourself killed, and I was trying to help y'all.
Do I look like I'm dead? I look like I'm as dead as all of you.
No, but I do see a man who's shirking his responsibilities to the people that he's swore to care for.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're all talking about Red? Writing Hood?
No,
Red
She's
Writing
talking
Hood!
about He's talking
Red
about
Writing
Willy Wonka abandoning the
Yeah.
Oompa Loompas and the
Ah.
Oompa
Yeah.
was taking over
Yeah.
the world.
I didn't come here by choice.
No, you came here because you got yourself killed in your world, and now you can't go back.
I can't go back.
Apparently, that's what Sleepy Boy said.
He takes a
Mr.
look.
Sleeper.
He takes a look at the right and goes, "Wait, I can't go back." And she looks and goes, "I'm sorry, you can't. You did die. This is the best I could do for you in my power." He kind of looks sad and just slumps in the chair nearby.
Oh no, I gave Willy Wonka depression.
Oh,
You made him have an
no.
existential crisis.
From one president to another. Thanks, Marie. But always the champion for social justice and always knowing exactly what to say. Constantia steps up and says, "But regardless," and she marches over to Little Red and points at this asshole and says, "What is this asshole doing here?"
Like, how do
Just
I
like-
know? I was just doing my own business, talking to Little Red over here, the other Little Red, and he just appeared in my ceiling, smooching down the glass like an asshole.
Talia's kind of like hiding behind Constance when she sort of realizes that he's sort of looking at her.
That guy.
That guy.
Hi, again.
It's you lot. So I did find the right place then. I wasn't sure when I just saw one of you.
Hi.
Well, congratulations. I hope you like it here because you're not leaving. Ever, apparently.
Indeed, he's not. He got himself in here. He's not powerful enough to get himself out of here. He's stuck here, and there's nothing I can do for that bloody asshole. Apart from keep him alive for a wee bit longer.
Which is
Aw.
why...
Do you gotta keep him alive for a wee bit longer, though?
which is why stage magicians and practitioners of mere tricks should not dabble in real magic.
You
Getting
should listen to
back
her. She's got a point.
Yeah.
He kind of looks startled that everyone is ganging up on him. He goes, well, okay. Look,
Yeah,
look.
he insulted Talia last
No,
time.
yeah, no, he attacked the party heart, so he is bad guy forever.
He's
Yeah.
an asshole.
He said that she was a bad wizard.
Okay, look. Okay, just don't kill me any further. I can be of use. I know many spells and tricks that I'm sure I can teach some of you.
And I was like,
From what I saw, you don't seem to understand much about magic yourself.
Shall we kill him again?
Marie just looked,
Talia's hiding behind Constance and has some slight confidence because of this.
Marie
yeah,
kind of looks over the wizard and says, I can't promise anything about not killing y'all if you're such an asshole.
Oh, come now, it's no crime to be an asshole. As much as it is distasteful, it's not worth death, at any rate. You there, she says, just completely losing interest in the wizard. Addressing Little Red. I have words I'd like to speak with you.
And what might that be? Why are you even here? Shouldn't you be home already? I thought I told Sweeper to send you off.
We got a new task.
There's a
Funnily enough.
problem.
Sweeper sending you a task? He never pipes up
Yeah.
on anything. He normally is just silent as a lamb.
Is a problem, perhaps not befitting unskilled ears, she says, kind of looking at Farengar.
Oh, these fools can't do anything. Ignore them.
We're just digging into more Roraga.
In fact,
It's
it'll probably
that-
piss them off more, knowing that they're so inconsequential that they can listen to this and nothing will happen to them, and they can't do a shit thing about it.
Perfect. Fat Man in red called me and my friends hoes. I don't like him already based on that. Something wrong with him. That's all we know.
Yeah, he was
There's
quite insistent.
a large man in red on a flying sled in your lands, and apparently he can't stay here. The sweeper sent us to find you.
Fat man in red? What are you all about?
Fat Man in red, that's all we know.
Wait,
Flies around on a sleigh.
do we have someone
With
else
diamonds.
here? Has someone else broken in here yet again? I've already got 2 new fools I need to look after. I can't look after a third.
I don't know. I just know that he called me a hoe, and I want to kill him for that.
Both great
According
and
to the-
powerful. Oh, you first.
According to Mr. Sweeper, he said this individual is annoying and comes around once a year, regardless of what plane somebody is in, or dimension. I
Oh,
suppose.
fuck, it's that arsehole, isn't it? Santa Claus. He can't even get
What?
some dickhead that goes around handing out presents. He's never been here before. I've seen him multiple times. He can't be here. He's too important to everyone else to be here.
So he attacks with claws.
No. It's even worse. He goes around chucking gifts at people and dropping coal.
Oh, we saw that call after we shot at his sleigh thing. I remember that.
I tell you what, I hate this arsehole because he's only one of a few creatures more powerful than me. It explains how he got in here.
Fey Lord.
Right.
So, is he not trying to do something nice?
Yeah, seems y'all hate
Giving-
nice things.
If he's giving gifts, that sounds rather friendly.
She
Exactly.
kind of
This whole gift, it
motions.
reminds me of candle lights in my world. Or feast day, as some call it.
I'm sure all of you have a version where this fat red git goes around the world and gives you gifts and other stuff, but as she motions to the 2 people next to her, Willy Wonka and Farragut, goes, he can't stay here, just like these 2 can't. Well, some of them have to, but he doesn't have to. He needs to go home. Is powerful enough to get himself home. If he stays here too long, he will join the dust like the rest of them. Then there'll be no whatever celebration you celebrate in any of the worlds.
And he doesn't know this.
I'm assuming not if he's just fucking here for no reason.
Well, I suppose you want us to do something about it then.
Where did you last see him?
He's left like this trail of white snow stuff. I'm
Is-
assuming it's snow. I don't know.
Does
Could
it
be
to
drugs.
snow? I haven't seen that in years.
The trail of cocaine.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be cocaine, but like, it might have been snow. It felt kind of cold through my boots, but yeah, left a trail of that stuff on his way somewhere. I don't fucking know.
And why did you just stop him and bring him to me? It seems to be your speciality of just messing stuff up. Well, I mind telling, but yes.
Constantia's, there's sort of an audible grip of leather as her gauntlet tightens around her fist.
Marie is trying not to get visibly angry at this.
And Talia looks at her feet instead of at her hands and looks very upset.
The writer
Anything.
looks at you and notices that you're all a bit on guard and goes, "Look, my dears. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress. I've got to deal with these two fools, trying to keep them alive, and now I've got to deal with Father Christmas. I don't mean to snap at you.
Like Father Christmas. I thought you said his name was Santa.
He's called many things.
Yeah.
There are many worlds. And now I've got to deal with this arsehole. I don't mean to snap at you. I am sorry. And I am grateful for what you've already done for me. If you want, I can send you home. Or, I don't know, you can try and help me with this if you really want. It's up to you.
Well, from what we've seen, whenever you send us on a mission, it ends in disaster for the world that we're in.
Or
What?
death. A lot of death.
A lot of death.
To be fair,
Enslavement.
from my point of view, I sent you to stop an evil summoner. Well, delay an evil summoner. Because I thought that would give the world more time to prepare. But no, that ended up in the world being destroyed because they're all a bunch of idiots. Then I told you to go stop a rebellion. Yeah? Start a rebellion. How hard is it to start a rebellion?
We did, and it ended up in the world getting destroyed again.
What do you mean the world
Exactly.
got destroyed again? How does starting a
Because
rebellion get the world destroyed?
Because someone, points to Willy Wonka again, got himself fucking killed. They had no direction. They started poisoning people. They took over the world.
Oh, for fuck's sake, that's hardly my fault, is it, that Afford went and get himself killed? Meanwhile, this man is just crying now in the corner. Doing Wilder. He's just worked out that he's dead. And that he
Good.
caused the world to fully be destroyed.
Good, I hope he's
just kind of
sad.
gives Mirani a look and then lets out a sigh and says, "Right, let's assume for a moment that you're not actively malicious
You can do an
and
insight
you
check
actually
if you
don't
wish.
want this father."
Yeah, I want to.
What did she say?
Insight check if you so wish.
Oh, okay. That's,
I'll take whichever's
Continue-
higher
continue-
between the two of you.
Continue, Constance.
As you look at her morals, I guess, sure, her purpose is still not quite clear.
Okay. That doesn't really change what I was
No,
gonna say.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
Let's assume you're not actively malicious and fucking things up on purpose, and instead you're just new at this. You want us to stop this Father Christmas from turning into dust.
Well, personally, I don't give much of a damn, but it's more entertaining if he's alive. I like the good stories as much as the bad, and a lot of good stories follow him. So ideally, I would like him still to be flying around. I guess he's still flying, doing his merry little shit.
I mean, I'm just saying, he brings a lot of joy. why don't you leave this one here, gestures to the wizard asshole, and try and sort out Father Christmas yourself? Or fucking Santa Claus, whatever the fuck his name is.
Because I
You
didn't bring
seem-
him here.
Well, neither did we.
Well, he brought himself here. That means he needs to get himself home. I'm
So
assuming.
it's none of our responsibilities. That's what I'm hearing. I'm just saying.
Look, this little arsehole here, as she points to Farengar, goes, he was somehow powerful enough to trick his way into this place, but he's not smart enough or powerful enough to get his way out. Now this Santa bloke, he's more powerful than me. I'm sure if he knew what the fuck was going on, he could get himself out. I can't do shit because I didn't bring him here.
Every time I try not to despise you, you open your little mouth. She says to herself more than anyone. Says, fine. For the sake of this Father Christmas and not your whims, we will go and inform him that he needs to leave.
The wizard Farengar kind of just pipes up and goes, did you say he was flying?
Yes. Way. It was being driven by reindeer, oddly enough, although last I knew reindeer don't fly, but...
Like, Talia begins like muttering to herself, of like, unless, but maybe, like trying to figure out.
Unless they were
Well-
enchanted with...
Yeah, exactly. That one is
Everyone-
sleigh.
He kind of just says, give me a sec, as he just
Time out.
delves in. Huh?
Sorry, I think Marie was speaking, but she wasn't transmitting fully.
Yeah, I was just saying, whilst this is happening, Marie kind of shuffles over to Willy Wonka and kind of tries to put a comforting hand on his back, realizing she's being a bitch.
Right. Also, for the record, I wasn't trying to interrupt you, Sparks. I
That's
wanted to
alright.
call attention to Marie that she was not transmitting properly.
Ah.
Better safe than sorry. So it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, Farengar kind of goes, I might have an idea for this, as he just delves into some books that are in front of him. You don't know if he brought them with him or if they're already here. He goes, right. Dragon Rend. It's a special
Oh my
spell.
fucking god.
Shut up.
Oh, no. You could have given us a magic DM.
It's a
Good
spell
goodness.
from my world that stops flying things.
By killing them, I assume.
No! It just... I don't know, I think it just gives them increased gravity till they can't fly anymore.
I don't think we should make something fall from the sky. That might cause a lot of damage.
Now that's a lot of damage.
I don't suppose you have something in your bag of tricks that would simply let us catch up to him.
Hey,
I could potentially tinker something if I'm allowed, but it may take too much time.
what are
I'm
you...
sorry, did Talia just volunteer to tinker up a flying machine?
Or something like combine, if the DM allows, like trying to create with like the materials here in the shop, trying to create something that would allow us to catch up, even if it only works temporarily
Yeah.
and it breaks later or something. Like something that's kind of slapped together and will probably break, but at least it will do the job.
The writer kind of looks around and goes, I suppose you might have some use yet, wizard. I'll leave you be for now. Maybe I'll even try and help your stupid little predicament you fall. Little Red, if you think you can do something to catch up to this fool without harming him, take a look around. This is the only building I've got power to build at the moment. It takes me a while.
So Talia's gonna have a look around, and if anyone has outside of Talia, like this is like just between players, not characters. What kind of I was gonna go for like a flying machine or something, or because there's a carpet on the floor, if the DM would allow homebrew spell, homebrew
Jasmine.
situation, sort of pull out the carpet maybe, but of course I can't enchant it, but maybe attach some sort of in contraption, or I've got like the orbs, like I can basically, because I can make like enchant the orbs to float and attach them to the corners of the carpet and make like an impromptu temporary
First
magic
of all,
carpet.
Marie, stop mounting Willy Wonka.
She just sits on his lap. Why, hello, I know how to make you happy.
Willy Wonka kind of just hops off his chair and kind of wanders over and goes, you know, I do still have some of these, but they need a bit of extra help. And out of his pocket, he seemingly pulls out some, well, squirrels made of cinnamon still
Oh,
Shit.
God.
that are
I
just
have
running
half-
around.
I have half of one of their friends in my fucking bag.
Yeah, I have one of their legs.
I have a component for study later.
Mine was to give to someone to eat.
You're
Hand-
actually carrying that around. You know it's dangerous, she says to Eldrin.
I wanted
Mine's
it
in a
turned
jar.
gold for the guy in the mask.
He kind of motions to you. Hand them to me. I'll see what I can do with them.
Talia kind of hides it like, yep, I don't have it. I'm not trying to study this later.
Marie wanders over to Willy Wonka and gives the squirrel cinnamon leg drumstick.
Willy Wonka kind of just pulls out a bag of icing and through multiple components sticks them together. He goes, it just needs one more thing. It needs like something to help it fly. A horn or a tusk or something.
A horn or a tusk or something?
I have a bit of dust-crushed mammoth tusk.
That will probably do. Right. As he motions you to hand it to him.
She gives him a pinch from the pouch.
Just imagine Constantia's like rubbing a hole on her cheek while looking at these squirrels like,
There's no hole in her cheek.
It's gone.
well, where the
There's
hole
probably
was.
there might still be, unless she's wiped it off by now. There's probably still a bit of medicine on her cheek. But
No, it
That was
wiped off.
probably wiped off by Marie's lips, let's be real.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
it would have been real bitter though.
Yeah.
Marie's lips have fucking medicine on them.
Marie has probably wiped them since
She-
then.
Constantia wiped her cheek as soon as Talia turned around. I'm sorry.
No, I assumed as much. That's what I'm saying. Unless it's been wiped off.
Yeah.
Talia hasn't noticed, of course. She's just assumed that you rubbed it in or something to make it work. She's too sweet for that.
As Willy Wonka just sprinkles his dust over it, all of a sudden this malformed reindeer-looking thing made of pieces of gingerbread comes to life and starts hovering.
Mm,
And he goes,
I just
And Talia starts like trying to pull the carpet from underneath the table out.
What are you doing?
we could use this as a sort of seating area, like the sleigh, but it's a carpet instead. And
It's a carpet. They're not pliable. They're very floppy. There's no way one thing pulling a carpet could carry all of this.
I see they have them in my world. Sometimes the nobles and things use them, or not always carpets. Sometimes they use brooms or other things. But I'm sure I could make a makeshift one.
I think I've seen people on brooms. That sounds
She-
about right.
Talia starts pulling out these like glass orbs as well from her bag, which she does actually have, by the way. It's not just a random thing. She does actually have glass orbs in her bag for other purposes.
What
And you
about the table?
But yeah, Talia's not. That's what I'm saying. She's not thinking about it. She's just trying to get the carpet out.
Marie
James'
is
prison
gonna
buddy's
lift
back.
up the lift up the table a bit so she can try and get the carpet out from underneath.
Yeah, because she's just so focused in inventing. Basically, she's not even paying attention to things. DM, am I allowed to steal the carpet?
give me a second. The writer kind of looks at all of you and goes, you're all a bunch of idiots, but fuck it. As she just seemingly pulls out an axe out of nowhere and chops each leg off the table off. Just use that, for God's sakes.
No, we're gonna use that.
Wait,
Talia
Marie's
picks up a
singing-
table leg and looks at it. No, I'm kidding.
Marie's
Oh, I was gonna pick up
singing.
a table with sorry.
Talia, then she has a light bulb moment and goes. She starts
I'm
like
back.
taking strings and whatever and straps or whatever from around the room and starts like modifying the chairs.
Seeing that the writer had started like using an axe to chop off the legs, Marie's doing the same with her own axe. Just swing, swing, legs gone.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, Talia begins like attaching like an orb underneath each chair because she does actually have enough for that, and begins attaching. I'm assuming the now all multiple flying.
all of a sudden the grumpy old wizard goes, "You need something to hold it together, you fools. You can't just... You need rope or something.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, do it faster then."
Okay, hold on. Pause. What is being? I think I lost some detail at some. What is being? Okay, so the legs were chopped off the table. We have a hovering cookie deer, and what is everyone else doing? Something about orbs and chairs.
Oh,
I thought she said that she chopped the legs off the chairs.
No, off the table.
Table.
Never mind. It's the table Talia's working on. I thought I thought you said she chopped off the legs of the chair. I don't know why I didn't think table. That's a lot smarter. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. Yeah, she's busy modifying, attaching, like using the table legs to basically stick in the front and make like an attachment for the reindeer squirrel leads, so it can pull it along. And
Yep.
she's trying to essentially get add the sort of orbs and things, trying to add an enchantment into the orb, or if the DM allows to basically, technically, or the wizard that's with us could do the enchantment instead of Talia, if the DM believes quotes that Talia is not yet proficient in doing such a thing, to add a sort of like fly spell or something into the
It
orb
wouldn't be a
or the
fly spell,
table.
it would be more of a lightness spell, because the reindeer, the squirrel thing is going to be flying and pulling it along.
Yeah, something like that, basically.
We're probably 5-6 levels too low for fly spells.
That's what I was just like. That's what I was asking the DM if the wizard could
Yeah,
do
it's
something.
fine.
Like Talia could ask if he could enchant the table.
Talia could,
itself.
if there's a roll, Talia could like roll an Arcana to insist him or something.
Yes. Oh, dear. Can I do that, DM? To like insist on
Alright.
enchanting the table itself? To like.
Give me a
Like-
second.
I'm just asking.
I
I'm
know,
not
I know.
sure.
Lots of questions, very quick.
It's Talia's moment. It's
She's-
Talia's moment to
she's-
do something.
It's her chance to wizard. She's never gotten to do. It's just she's not a combat character. This is what she's been waiting on.
Yes, it's Talia's
Alright.
chance to tinker. It's what she's born to do.
Farragut kind of looks at all of you, shakes his head like, you're a bunch of idiots. This is never going to work. No way that
Why
one
don't-
creature can pull them all. Roll an
I thought there were,
Arcana
like
check.
several ones.
I walk up to Farengar, armor clinking, and I sort of crack my knuckles visibly, and I say,
Oh.
"I'm sorry, I'm a what?"
You're a fool.
Oh damn. Oh
Marie
damn.
is just
Ta-
watching this.
Yep. Talia.
Based on my roll, I'd like us to say that Talia whips out her gun, like, and sort of like points at it like, it will work, sort of thing.
Farragut
still
just
a
takes his
paper, though.
interest off Constant and just was like, what are you doing?
Ugh.
Maybe that will
I-
work. That girl isn't such a fool.
I wanted to roll an intimidate.
I know.
Can I steal a table leg while I'm here?
If
No, no,
you really fucking want,
Intimidate.
Well, GM, I'm kind of backed into a corner at this point.
you
because
can
if I-
roll an intimidate, yes.
Okay. It was either that because if he ignored me, I either hit him or I lose face cred. I didn't want to
Yeah,
incite violence.
Constantia's got a rep to keep a hold of you, dear.
While this is going on and my character has nothing to do, I attempt to whittle the wood into a small beast.
Oh. You're just sitting on one of the chairs, just whittling, like,
I have to roll to get a successful whittle.
He
No,
kind
just,
of,
just sitting on a chair.
at Constantia's intimidation, he looks her up and down and just goes, "Pff, I fought dragons. You don't scare me. Nothing can scare me these days. Let me get back to my work.
I think I have to hit him now. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh, fuck
Marie
it.
is
I'm not gonna
watching
disrupt the scene that badly.
Do it.
Oh, fine. I'm being coerced. I apologize, Spurks.
Do it for Talia, revenge!
That's a 16 versus his current AC. To just pop him non-lethally right in the mouth.
I'm guessing this is a fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, I don't even really want to roll damage.
Yeah,
I just
that's
want to
fine.
kind of like, you
Because-
know.
Ugh.
You've caused me and my friends a lot of trouble and have been nothing but an asshole unprompted. I'd watch your tone if I were you.
Go away. I've got more important things to do, as he's kind of just rubbing his wound, obviously a bit pissed off. And the Ray goes, right, both of you stop it right now. I don't give a fuck whatever your problems are. We've got bigger problems to deal with. And by the way, this guy here, the fucking wizard, is probably going to turn into dust in a year or two anyway. He's not worth it.
Well,
Well, wait a year or two. Just a question.
yeah, good Constantia it seems to.
Year or two,
Kinda-
if he behaves and I decide to defend him. Protect him.
Constantia we'll just kind of go over here to just kind of simmer for a minute.
Talia's too busy focused on attaching and creating this new project.
She kind of glares at the wizard. Now go help that poor lass, you son of an arsehole. He goes, fine.
I thought that
as
might have been a nice guy.
he starts to help a little bit, although it's mostly down to Talia telling him what to do.
Yeah.
Really?
Do you know the wizard's been a bit of an arsehole?
Yes.
So, do you know they turn to sand if they're trapped outside?
What?
So if-
Yeah.
If just his arm is outside.
Not exactly. No.
I think the way it was phrased is implied that prolonged exposure to the sands turns you into dust.
Pretty much. Yes. Prolonged
Yeah.
exposure.
Just like nail his cloak to the front door so his arm's hanging outside.
But yeah, Talia begins sort of again like with sort of a piano. When it comes to tinkering, you see a bit more of a confident side, and she begins instructing the wizard and was like, you need to attach this here, and then like enchant this, and eventually after also presumably wrangling up the other squirrels and preparing them to fly as well. If the DM allows, we now have
Yes.
a sled of some sort.
He goes, that's genius. I can't believe I never. You are actually quite smart, young lady. To tell you what, now you might be slightly better than me, but I have a few tricks up my old sleeve. If you ever need a few helping hands with some spells, come to me. I'll see what I can train you in.
Is that? I mean, I think it's the wizard that's telling me this.
Yes, it's the wizard, and if you're not aware, he is basically, if he fucking survives this, apparently, he is now he will sell spells to you.
Oh, fantastic!
Each level or whatever it is per normal for a wizard.
Yay! I can learn more spells.
But yes, now you've
Marie
got a
kind of-
hovering table, sorry Marie, and such ahead of you.
Yeah, there's chairs attached to it as well for comfortable seating.
Marie just kind of looks at the wizard like, I may not know much about magic, but from what I've just seen, if anything, she should be teaching you magic. You seem pretty impressed by her everything just now. Just saying.
What's weird is I don't remember Farngar being this much of an asshole in Skyrim.
This is alternate Farragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone in the Skyrim was kind of initially kind of a dick, weren't they?
They were, they're an asshole.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? At least we don't have to deal with him.
They're in a fucking dome guard.
Just fucking unarmed slam, like Saint Kill slam him into the
I love
fucking
the fact that
stone.
I'm sitting in the corner, I've just gathered all 4 chair legs and I've just got a knife in the corner going, "Nah-da-da-da."
You can go sit in like the corner table as you're
Ah,
whittling,
yeah.
or the corner chair. Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, Talia, with thanks to the DM allowing it.
Come back to your mic.
Yeah, I dropped something and I was trying to pick it up, and was hoping I could be still heard. Sorry.
And Talia uses throw voice.
But yeah, she successfully has built you guys. It's like, huzzah. She seems quite proud of her work, and she's kind of marking down, like, and he's already going, but if I make this again, if I do it like this, and it's already gone off trying to improve her creation that she's just made.
Yeah.
But it's not, she's just making notes about how she could make potentially make another one of these, given more time.
Alright, what would you guys like to do now? I'm just moving some of you ready for a teleport, just in case.
I think after this brief exchange between Marie and Eldrin about his whittling, we will be ready to depart on a flying table.
Because Marie has made a request.
Yes.
Have
You
I
can
missed
just
something?
whittle while we're
There-
flying. You can just
Oh.
whittle.
I've been
As
whipping
they-
one for each person while we've been doing this.
As they do that, GM, I'm going to look at the design and see that it is magically sound and appears to be in working order.
Okay.
And then she's going to take out some fucking rope and hammer in reins on this motherfucker in 2 spots so there is a way to hold on to it.
Oh, like I said, Talia made this with like the wood. She used like the wood sticks to make a place for the reins to be attached.
Ah, okay.
But you can assist Talia. You could say that Talia
Yeah.
isn't quite done yet, and you can assist Talia if you want.
Table
to...
got smaller.
Magic.
Don't question it. And there's
yeah,
no
no,
chairs now either.
So basically, there's like a rope from here to here, and then a rope from here to here. So there's at least something to hold on to.
Oh, that's what you were adding. You were adding like a safety rope.
I'm handing on a rope that you need to not die rope.
the not death rope.
Because the way my headcanon was just like, oh, the wizard is very caught up in like the magical application of this science.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to bring some practical application of the science as someone who is proficient in like carriages and stuff.
Yeah, I would say that is indeed true. Talia has most likely not thought of the practical side and has merely gone, yes, this magical contraption, and has not thought about the people using the contraption.
I don't suppose there's a skill check for flying a magical table with eatable reindeer.
So
That might not be
there
totally
are-
safe.
You could say animal handling, technically.
And it would be animal handling to get the animals to do something special or calm them. But it would actually be proficiency in the vehicle. Like if anyone's proficient in quote unquote land vehicles, for example, it would be like to control a wagon.
We could argue that Constantia, since you just said you're proficient in carriages, since this is technically like a carriage, we could argue that you would be able to fly this with the knowledge.
I wouldn't mind trying to drive it, though I don't have the highest stacks. I'd be rolling a +3.
So you all head out into the desert, dragging these things with you. The little creatures follow you as you rope them all up and ready, and ahead of you in this desert, just kind of next to a snow trail that you're ready to follow, is your ready-made carriage. You now need to decide who's going to fly, sit in the back, or do whatever. Marshmallow, however, has just decided to jump on one of the reindeer squirrel cookie things that are ready to fly.
No, but he could just be harnessed in the front, like, yes!
Sure.
Just harnessed in the front. He's probably been trying to fly as well, like the squirrels, and he's like the Rudolph, just like, yes, I shall lead my sleigh.
Constantia will kind of like entwine herself in the safety rope, and then kind of reach over and sitting next to Talia and take both of the reins, kind of give them a testing tug, see if they're secure.
Just like sitting there.
Right.
I love it.
Well, shall we fly then?
Better test it anyway.
Can one of you, whoever's probably strongest, roll animal handling to say mush mush?
I have +2 to animal handling.
Same.
Constance, do you want to do it then, since you've got the leads?
Mush mush.
Oh, yeah.
yip, yip.
The reindeer and such, I don't know what the fuck they are at this point, the squirrels and the cookie things, they're ready to go, but the little hamster just doesn't seem that convinced, seemingly waiting for someone else to tell him to go.
Oh.
I throw a rock at the hamster.
Oh,
He just does a death glare at you.
yeah, it does a death glare, or like Marshmallow does a death glare, and you Constance, you see Talia like kind of like doing what's like, do what she says, Marshmallow, and she has this like internal telepathic conversation, like, but you can hear she's like talking out loud while he's talking in her head, like,
No, just listen. I know you. Just listen, please.
I give a mighty yah on the reins, and I expect to see this hamster just dangling from the rope.
Or you can hear from Talia, "Don't embarrass me in front of my new friends."
essentially. But Marshmallow eventually sort of turns around, gives Constance like a begrudging look, and a sort of like, you know, the fingers to the eyes back and forth, like, I'm gonna get you back for this.
As you start the
And Marshmallow will now listen to Constance in order to lead the reins.
the sleigh starts going, as you start going down a dune, a sand dune, you start gathering up speed. Poor Marshmallow is just managing to keep up, but slightly falling behind. As you start raising up another one, and all of a sudden you are lifted into the air, flying. As Marshmallow kind of more comfortably in the air, surprisingly, takes the lead. Not really
Hell
pulling,
yeah.
but guiding the others where to go.
Okay.
Hell yeah, we made a sleigh, guy.
Quickly as well, I take the time while we are flying to say why you lot were making flying tables, punching a wizard, and and consoling a chocolate merchant. I made you lot these, and I hand out a whittled wolf figure to Marie,
Okay.
an eagle to Talia, and a bear to Constance, which I made from the
Ca-
4 table legs.
Constancia over the says what?
I made you this.
Hang on, I'll slow us down a bit.
Just
Do
look,
not put your arms
Talia-
or legs outside of the vehicle.
Talia's just holding onto her hat for dear life. It's been like, whoa.
GM, I'd like to keep us about 20 feet up, not get too much higher, and just kind of like nice little cruising above the dunes. You know?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm guessing you're also going to follow a snow trail.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of staying low to the ground so I can see it clearly.
The cocaine trail.
Oh my god, if Santa's on the coke bender.
Hey, I screw everything up in one special way or another. Turns out he's actually just a coke addict.
That's
Jim,
how
can
we
I
can work
have?
so fast and make all those toys.
All right, let's.
Yes, Onofe?
Oh shit. I don't want to interrupt the role play of the animals thing, because I do have a reaction, but I need to run somewhere for like 60 seconds or less.
I will quickly go loo while you're doing that then.
Is that cool?
Yeah. I'll pop to the loo as well.
I'm sorry. All right, I'll be back.
This group has a lot more loo breaks than our other group.
Yeah, because I feel too awkward to say when I need a loo break, so I'm just gonna go for a loo break.
You guys need to speak up. It's okay if you need a loo break. Anyway, I'm going to go as well.
Alright, I'm back. No one else is.
I'm back.
Hello.
Is anyone else back or not? I'm guessing not.
No.
This is completely
Um,
bonkers.
Someone put a link in your chat and I don't.
You're a moderator, just remove them all, if you don't mind.
Yes.
I know they're spam, but I've been busy. They can get fucked.
What do I
Or did
Ah,
I
just
remove
click
you
on the
like an
thing.
idiot?
might have done?
Can you not remove them?
Not that I can see.
I'm back.
Ah, welcome back.
Well,
Thank you. It's a little more than 60 seconds because I thought there was a milk in the shop fridge, but there was not, so I had to go a little further.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, they've been banned,
So-
Sam. That's fine.
That's good. Yeah, because it was like, want to become famous by following blah blah blah.
I so care
Yeah.
about being famous. That's why I'm doing D&D sessions on this, right?
So is Marie and Talia back?
I am back.
I am back.
All right. So I think you guys got handed animals first. So why don't you hit us off?
Yeah.
This wind sound effect's really shit.
While we're in the air, I take the time to hand the whittled wolf figure, which is a perched wolf howling at the moon, to Marie. A soaring
What the
eagle
fuck?
to Talia, and a bear figure to Constance. And you can see that I've got a sleeping dragon figure for myself as well,
Someone's
which I
got a high
made out
opinion
for
of
table
themselves.
legs.
So they're like very long bears and very long.
Sam, roll 1d20 for me, would you?
Yeah, sure.
It's a quality check.
Yeah. Just a rough
If
one.
he's proficient in woodworking tools, he could add that potentially.
Is that no? I forgot to do it. /R, isn't it? Not slash.
Yeah, slash R 1d20. This is just a quick check. They're of mediocre quality.
I want to use my inspiration.
Oh, fuck
my
it,
God.
fine.
Hello again.
I'm gonna go with the first one.
Right, but they're okay. They're not the best. You can just about tell what they are.
Sam, you're not proficient in woodworking tools by chance, are you?
How do I see this?
It would be on your character sheet, and technically, he could potentially add his dex score to it as well.
It was
Have a
just a
look
quick
under-
flavor check. It honestly
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Have a
Also,
look under
I
your
just realised
tools.
my tools are dissect and vehicles.
Right.
Oh, yeah, look at
Also,
you.
Megan is trying to talk.
Yes.
No, I just wanted to say, what you call it? If you have it under your tools, you can see if you've got like woodworker's tools. That actually is a carpenter's tools.
His tool is land
Ah.
vehicles and dice.
I know, but I was just saying that's what I was just trying to say, and
Gotcha.
yeah, that's all.
Are we all good?
All right then.
Yes.
So,
So you're handed these things. What do you do?
What?
Sorry, Sparks. I was asking if they reacted to being handed gifts.
Thank y'all, Eldrin. I know I kind of asked for what I wanted mine to be, but still means a lot. Thank y'all.
That's all right.
Thank you. I'm not so sure I'm as bold as an eagle, but I appreciate the thought regardless.
What's this? You made me a hamster. It's very nice. I thank you, I suppose. You really didn't need to.
Whee!
Eldrin, this is where you
Eldrin,
play
Eldrin, you
back.
okay?
You are welcome. I had the spare time while you guys were punching wizards and making flying tables, so I thought I'd make you something to say thank you.
Nice music.
yes, a courtesy
desert.
of the wizard.
I'm into
Right.
it.
It sounded like you were looking for something. so-
I couldn't find it. It was out playing horrendous Christmas music.
Play
Far Cry-
horrendous
you
Christmas
put on the Far
music.
Cry 2 music. No, it's just like the Arabic singing in the background, so considering we're near enough on a flying carpet.
So yeah, she'll take the kind of wooden bear hamster thing. I like that you don't correct her. I like that you let her think it is a wooden
Yeah.
hamster.
Yeah, you just think it's a carving of marshmallow. That's all it really is.
It's marshmallow fan art.
You look at the bottom, and on the feet it just says bear.
Oh, hamster named Bear.
How creative.
You named it. She'll kind of accept it and put it in her bag, adding bear carving to my inventory. And she'll
Sorry,
Turn
go
her
on.
attention back towards the desert ahead. Go ahead, Sparks.
Alright, as you are all travelling along this fucking flying table with gingerbread, assorted, mutated cookie things ahead of you, and a hamster, you follow this snow trail and you finally see ahead of you what looks like to be another flying red sleigh, who you assume is the red fat guy that you are after.
Oh, we're gaining on him.
Yep.
Just pull up to the side of him. Hey!
Forgive me, he does not have a sleigh, but I will whip something up.
Considering Santa loves cookies, do our cookie reindeer entice
Look
him?
for a wagon. Search for
Alright.
wagon. There should be several to choose from.
Marie takes out her crossbow and says, "Do y'all want me to stop this guy?"
Perhaps
No,
we
no,
should
no.
avoid antagonizing him.
Okay. Puts the crossbow away.
What is that? Is that his like slacks?
Yes, that's his overalls.
That's meant to, it's a really shit wagon, forgive me.
Stretch it out a bit.
Jesus.
No, you. To the
You
back.
get the idea.
Santa's been staying with like the Romanian gypsies.
Shut up. It's the idea that counts, okay?
Yeah, it's the idea.
And these are now reindeer. So, as you're travelling along, you eventually kind of gain up to him. He doesn't quite hear or see you over just the wind, as he's just dropping presents over the side to the little creatures that you saw earlier, just readily grabbing at them.
No.
Constantia will pull up alongside him and kind of offer the reins over to Talia. Kind
She
of
takes
stand up a little bit.
Marshmallow is probably doing most of the leading at this point once it's been handed over, but she
And as soon as she puts the rope in her hand, she turns and you see her leap from one wagon towards his.
Constantia.
Roll an agility check.
Athletics for jumping.
Athletics. I'll
If you
get the hang
fall,
of this.
man, I'm gonna
Mer-
wait.
Marie is going to be ready in case she falls, which she doesn't.
I was gonna say I've got a spell for it if she does fall.
Can I chuck a rope to Constantia so we have these linked in case one of us fails as a
Yeah,
rope?
if you still have some rope left, you can.
I do.
At this point, this fat red man just kind of looks back, sees your car, and sees someone jumping on the back. Looks really surprised and goes, "What the hell?"
Father Christmas! I yell over the wind.
Ho ho now!
Your
What
life
do
is
you
in
want?
danger. You must leave these lands at once.
But I need to give the presents out. It's their time of year.
What time of year?
I suppose this place has no times, but this place is overdue. You can roll a
Can we
persuasion
pull-
check
I'll-
if you wish.
Oh, sure. I'll try to like motion for him to land.
You're
bring
not
it
here to steal
down.
my presents, are you?
No, we're not here to
Do I look like someone who likes toys?
That's a good
That's
point.
great.
You look like a bit of a bar humbug.
I love that roll.
Hold. What? Perception?
Persuasion. Sorry, I spelled the wrong thing. It's the same score.
Oh, okay. What do you want to say to him to get him to slow down, I assume?
Land so we can talk. It's important.
He kind of goes, fine, but I have you know, I am well armed. As he starts slowing down the car and all of that. Sam, do you still want
Sure.
to try and attach a rope to this?
I pulled the rope back when I realised that it went well.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Talia, do you think you can land this thing?
She tries to. She's like, yeah, I'm totally commanding them, but it's really just Marshmallow death glaring the rest of the squirrels and like, land.
Because this is technically a
Have
table.
Marshmallow roll an animal handling.
Does this count as a vehicle land because it was a table, or in that because it's a flying table?
It
it's
is
not
now a
land?
vehicle.
It does
of
say vehicle
types.
in brackets
Marshmallow
land.
was,
Oh.
No,
I'll just
no,
go
this
for
is a
animal
sky
handling.
vehicle.
Because technically it's Marshmallow intimidating the rest of the freaking.
Marshmallow kind of looks at all the other things, and they kind of recall and goes, yeah, sure. As it starts to slow down and match speed with Santa's sleigh.
Of course, to everyone else, it just looks like Talia is very skillfully handling this. Even according to Talia herself, she thinks she's doing this very well. But again,
Out of character, I love Constantia fearlessly leaping from one to the other without a second thought.
I
Yeah.
love it too. I'm not gonna lie. I
Marie was
love it.
honestly about to do the same fucking thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, I stepped in front of you. But
Nah, it's chill.
but also out of character, I love the comedy of handing the reins to Talia, being like, "Here, you drive."
Yeah.
It
She
just reminds
probably
me-
knows how to drive.
Have you seen the film Ride Along? Like, Constantia's basically Ice Cube, the badass motherfucker, and then you got Kevin Hart. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I haven't seen that. No.
Yeah,
When-
that's pretty. It's like that. It's just like, do it. I don't want to do it. Do it. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't even like reindeer.
Whilst the table thing is still slowing down, because I didn't get the chance to jump over onto the other sleigh, I'm gonna say that, like, whilst it's still slowing down, like, Marie is gonna jump off and kind of steady herself and shit.
Superhero landing.
Yeah, essentially, Marie is superhero landing again.
You're jumping down into the sand.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
yeah, so like Marie like leaps off, and, like does like
Yeah.
a really cool superhero landing, and then she watches as the table continues to slow over like the next half mile, and she has to, like to catch up. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So Marie, do you mind rolling an acrobatics check?
Could it be athletics instead? Because
Technically, landing smoothly is determined by acrobatics, and
Yeah,
distance
it's
is
like
determined by
rolling and-
athletics.
yeah, I was trying my luck.
We all
Fuck.
gotta try our luck.
You hop off, but you trip at the last second as you just fall a couple of feet, not enough to take damage, and land face first into one of the taller sand
Or-
dunes.
You could let her take damage, but still look cool.
Could still look cool.
Task failed successfully.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Right, no,
Yeah,
you've
Marshmallow
fallen
just
flat
missed-
face into one of the sand dunes, unfortunately.
What really happened, Mary, is you're trying to do the jump, and Marshmallow just, as you're about to jump, Marshmallow, like, makes the rest of the
Breaks.
reindeer, like, jolt the cart, and you just kind of fall off.
It just
It's a
slams on the
combination.
brakes.
It's a combination of that and checking Constancia out. Like,
Marshmallow's like, revenge!
Like the back of her cloak's billowing in the wind as she's standing on this thing, and you're just like, damn! And oh shit!
Even Talia. And the reason why Talia doesn't notice Marshmallow do it is because she's too busy looking at, whoa! And Constancia and going, that was pretty cool.
This poor lollipop as well is now just covered in sand.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's all sticky and sandy.
Yeah.
It's just dead.
Gonna have to
When you
wash
drop
that
your
thing
lo-
off.
When you drop that lollipop at the beach.
No!
When you,
Quick, run out and go dip it in the ocean. It'll get all the sand off.
what
when you eat a sandwich at the beach, it's not even touched the sand. It's just come out the bag, right? And your hands are clean,
Yeah.
but you eat it and you go, fucking bit of grain. Where's that come from?
Alright. When the wagons are
Right.
landed, Constancia will kind of like walk and like kind of hop down onto the sand. You
The
know.
wagons
Maria's
continue to slow as they thump, especially your one, into one of the sand dunes that go downwards. As you start to try and pull at the reins to slow down successfully, and you kind of just stop. And as you do, it just seemingly kind of falls apart.
The wagon does?
The table does.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Looks like we're riding squirrels back then.
Santa
Oh,
gets us
no.
up. So, what did any of you want? What were you even riding?
Oh, that was fantastic. Mary, thank you.
I'm okay. This is bad. Ha. Give me a minute.
Talia's not even paying attention. She's looking at her broken creation like, oh.
Santa Claus, correct?
Yes.
Right. We are unfortunate representatives of the master of this place, and we have been bidden warn thee that if they persist in this land over long, that ye and all of thy possessions will turn to dust.
To dust? What are you on about?
This land, the sands themselves, turn people to dust if they tarry over long.
That's
So
that's
we
not
thought
good
it
at all.
only proper to warn you.
Kind of strokes his beard and goes, well, thank you for that, I suppose. I should probably add this to my list of a no-fly zone then, I suppose.
That's a
Yeah.
North Korea.
For fuck's
Please.
sake.
Though you seem to be doing fine for the most part, so perhaps if you just make it a short visit.
Yeah.
Perhaps assist you in delivering these gifts. It would make your job faster.
It's quite alright there. I've got a handle on it. Tell me, where do you all come from? What are your names? I need to double check my list real quick.
Oh boy.
I'm Talindra Hawthorne. My name, is Talia. Everyone calls me that. I'm from... Give me a second. Where is it? My home plane is called Ornan.
It rings a slight bell. Right. What was it? Yes, you had a really powerful father or something, didn't you?
And at the mention of Talia's father, she gets like,
Yes. My father's very well known. Wilfred.
He scribbles down on his piece of paper, and from what you can see, it's just your name and where you're from. And someone else, the rest of you?
Oh, hi, I'm Marie Fenimore. I'm from Hartwich.
Huh.
Y'all,
From this angle, can we see just the crossbow bolt that we fired sticking in the bottom of the sling?
okay.
Yep. Kind of looks down the list and goes, yes, yeah, I see you and your family here.
Big family.
You lot are very, very kind, aren't you?
We try our best.
He just kind of jots something down by your name and goes, you're a lot nicer than those assholes who tried to shoot me earlier. These little creatures down
Yeah.
there, some of them aren't so friendly.
I pulled the
dear.
arrow out of the sleigh and slowly put it back in my quiver without him noticing.
Anyone else?
Constantius Springspear, of the Knight Order Sisters of Malachar.
Looks down the list and goes, oh, you might not be on the right list at all. Let me just sort that out. As he just crosses a name out, changes something.
From under her hood, there's just a frown.
Yes.
Constantius on the bad list.
It's like, I wondered why that coal appeared each year.
Goes, my dear, I
Marie
know
is still
things.
trying to catch-
Who goes first?
I was just saying Marie's still trying to catch her breath a little bit.
Because looks at Constantia and goes, my dear, try and fight for feelings that you feel. I'm sure you've got a heart of gold and you
She
will be
holds-
fine.
She holds up a hand towards the end of his speech and says, "Thank you, Father Christmas, but I have things well in hand."
Good. And you? It just looks towards Eldrin.
Eldrin Balfina.
He looks
And-
down.
I'm from Gan Asari.
Goes, oh. You're not on either list. You're in the middle. I'll pop you over to the good side for now.
Talia's trying to look over what she's on the list, like very nervous that she's on this negative list.
Keep up your spirits. Keep fighting the good fight. I'm sure things will work out. He turns to the hands and goes, I'm not gonna bother with you. You're on the bad list. I'm not swapping you for anything, even if you helped.
But he's such a good boy. How is he on the bad list?
And meanwhile, again, Marshmallow in the background just.
Santa just kind of
Flames in the back of
chuckles.
his eyes.
A big He goes,
Constantia just gives a knowing side glance at Marshmallow.
now if
Talia does not. Marshmallow seems very proud that he's on the bad list.
this is true, I should probably get going. So thank you for that.
What state is our flying table in? You said it was destroyed utterly?
Not utterly, there's bits missing. It's seemingly like stuck into the side of a sand dune.
Okay. But it's still, we could still get back on it,
Yeah.
potentially. Okay.
He goes, Let me give you one quick hand as he just waves his hand and all of a sudden the table just whips out of the sand dune and just starts hovering. That should at least
Does
be
it-
able to get you back home.
If only.
Thank you.
Right, farewell all. He just goes, yeah, as all of a sudden
Thank you.
in
Yeah,
front of
just
him,
stand aside.
as he floats upwards, a giant circle appears in front of him full of snow, and you can kind of see a different world through it as he just travels through it, and all of a sudden it just zips closed.
We
And
totally
he is
could have
no
jumped
more.
through that portal and been
Is
free
it
of
like
this
Doctor
campaign.
Strange's speak?
This has nothing to do with stranger.
No, Doctor Strange only does.
Oh,
the
yeah,
portal in the
kinda.
ring. Now you're thinking of portals.
Does he do the little hand circle with the ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just like
Yeah.
that, he's gone before you even have a chance to jump through it. You get.
I knew Santa was an archfey. I didn't know he was also a wizard.
It's full of magic.
Right.
Well, that was a quick adventure.
Barring any troubles on the return trip home or any sudden attacks, we should do very well here.
Yeah, we're just standing awkwardly in the middle.
Just kind of like
Just-
pause for a few breaths, look to the left, any sand creatures, look to the right, any angry tribals.
Marie's just passed out on the middle of the table, just like.
Marie's just sat on the edge of the table, just like, I'm fine.
kind of lying back, like. "Ah."
I just imagine that bit with Gimli, where it's like, we dwarves are not natural sprinters.
And Marshmallow is just looking at Marie with delight, just not rubbing his little hands together, like yes,
Excellent.
excellent.
As you guys look kind of just over a distance in what seems to be endless desert now, you see some of the black creatures appear. And you swear one of them is holding the little black ink bottle and is just pointing to it.
Ah. Alright, let's, I'll hop onto the wagon and kind of like ride over towards them.
I'll hop on as well.
I will hop on.
After everyone hops on, presumably.
Yeah, you just leave. No, you leave, but you
Marie.
Bye, bitches!
I was gonna say, Marie just stood up for a second to take a breath, another breath, and you just can't leave it. You just
The wagon's gone.
Can I use the spell?
start running again.
Can I use the magic spell Uber?
Oh, for fuck's sake. So,
I don't get it.
you reach the little creature. He seems to be doing charades like always, just pointing towards the bottle, kind of motioning you to get in. Do you all kind of just go near him, I'm guessing?
I cut the hamster loose.
Oh,
of
okay,
the
wise
sleigh.
choice.
Oh, thank you.
I wasn't sure what you was going to say when she said, I cut the hamster. I was like, well,
You cut him loose, and he poofs, and then poofs in front of you, on your shoulder, and then stares at you as if which one? Gauging you, judging you, and goes.
It-
"Hmm."
It's possible Marshmallow feels a strange kinship with Constancia.
And he's judging you, trying to determine. He's trying to determine something, and he goes, He nods, and then poofs back to Talia.
in order to try and make friends with Marshmallow a little bit, can I give him some of my rations from my bag?
You can
Just a
attempt to.
small bit of food.
In a little bit. Let me just finish this bit first. Right, I'm guessing you're all kind of crowding around this one that's motioning to get into the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Marie.
I reach out and touch the bottle.
Before you all vanish into the bottle, you look at some more little... The one from earlier, the one, this really short one, the flower crown, has just grabbed the reins and started flying.
Is,
Oh,
is
dear.
there one with little animal ears?
Yeah, there's another one with little animal ears as well. And a swirl mask. But yeah, that's all you see as all of a sudden you're sucked back into where you kind of normally go.
Eldred, do you wish to feed Marshmallow?
Now you can, yes.
Yes.
Go ahead. Attempt.
Do I have to roll anything?
Yeah, why not? Say, roll a persuasion roll.
Ah!
you hold it out. Tell me what you do, Eldrin. Tell me.
I get a bit of food from my rations and I hold it out, gesturing towards the hamster.
He looks at you, looks at the food, jumps in your hand, takes the food, and just when you think like, oh, he's accepting me, he bites your finger and then laughs before disappearing with the food.
Oh shit.
Talia, of course, is completely looked away. Was busy looking at the tree and wasn't looking at what was going on between the two of you. And he pops back. She's like, "Oh, you got a little smack, don't you, little mellow?" She has no idea. You just wouldn't fit.
Oh no.
She has no idea. She was too enamored by the light.
I was just sitting there with my finger going, "Oh, you son of a bitch!"
Talia sees her like.
Constantia
Oh.
dusts some of the dust off of her greaves. Some of the sand.
Marie is desperately trying to get all of the sand off of her, which
take
is
off
not
one-
very successful because she just face planted into it.
Absent-mindedly, Constantia looks over at Marie and is like, "You could use a bath."
I got a question. If I face step, does it leave the sand where it is?
No, your possessions come with you.
I take my boots off and empty like a mountain of sand onto the floor in front of the chair.
Wow, right in front of the sweeper.
Yeah, well, he's a sweeper.
And Talia sees like your injured finger.
Oh dear, when did you get hurt?
During the crash.
Oh, that's sweet. And she just like, oh, I got something for that. She's like, she quickly takes your hand, dabs some medicine, and wraps it up with a bandage.
There you go.
Thank you. And then after I say thank you, I just give a glance to Marshmallow like, mm-hmm.
He glares back, and you're like, a rival has been found.
Alright. As you guys are sucked back into the bottle and have that lovely exchange, ahead of you, you see the writer, Willy Wonka still in one piece, and Sweeper just kind of moving along to the side. The writer goes, "Thank you so much for sorting that out for me. I honestly don't think I could have done better myself. You have my greatest gratitude."
This is Sweeper?
No, this is the writer
What? He's
speaking.
thanking us?
Yeah.
What the
Damn.
fuck?
Suspiciously,
Shock Pikachu face.
Constantia
Gotta
kind of
invite.
like has one eye kind of narrowed, but the other eyebrow raised and says, "You're welcome."
Can I do an insight check to see if it's sincere?
If you really
You're
want.
welcome.
I'm joking.
I'm glad we were able to help.
I think you have allowed a great many people to remain happy for a great longer amount of time now. Hopefully that fool won't come around here again. This place is harsh and unwelcoming to many, unfortunately, as she kind of looks at Willy Wonka. Now, I do the best I can to help all of those. Don't fucking repeat my song, you bitch. I do the best I can to help all of those that fall here. But I can't get them out. This fellow Wonka is my fault. I thought it would be better if he spent some more time. He didn't deserve the fate that he got. He's a bit of a moron for standing up there and fighting. But yeah, I will do my best to see that he is comfortable for while he lasts here.
Is this the afterlife? You seem to be collecting souls of sorts.
If you want the truth, I don't know what this place is. I don't remember. I have been here for so long. I know the sand though around us. That's people grind into dust and all that's left is the sand, which I think is their soul.
And what is the little creatures at the bar?
They're complicated. Below us, even below the sand, they kind of get turned into mud. And out of that mud come these... They just come out from mud, I swear to God. I mean, I don't even know how they get hands on these magical masks, put them on their face, and they all have their own personalities. It shouldn't be possible for a mishmash of many souls. Yeah, they all are individual. It's amazing.
Hmm.
I know they can't talk, but they're outstanding.
You're a combination of souls.
Does she seem like more lively and energetic talking about this than normal?
Yeah, she's rather curious and baffled that this is a thing. She's seen everything. This is something she still doesn't understand. This is an unfinished story to her.
I see.
I know. Huh? Go on, my dear.
Oh, I was just quick question. Do y'all have showers? It was a little sandy out there, and she's like shaking out all the sand from her hair, and there's a lot of hair and a lot of sand.
I agree. I could use a shower myself.
Is this a thing that just dumps water on your head?
Yeah,
Or
like
a pool of water.
Perhaps a small place to refresh ourselves and use a bathroom, perhaps.
I know there's an old swimming pool, like with a water slide and stuff around here. That's still standing with some water in there, surprisingly. I can send
That'd
you there,
work.
but apart from that, as a thank you from me, if you, in the downtime, send me a house or somewhere that you would like to stay in this empty desert, a little place to call your own, let me know and I'll see what I can do and arrange for you to stay there more permanently. If you wish to, you're welcome to go home at any time. Just consider this a home away from home, if you so wish.
Home base, home base, home base.
Thank y'all.
A place all our own could be quite useful if you intend to continue to pull us here.
Perhaps it would be nice if we made it a group place, if you will. That way we don't have to try and move from one place to another to get to each other.
Yeah, maybe like with personalized little bedrooms and such, so we don't feel too out of place.
Oh, perhaps a tinker's office.
Somewhere where the moon shines.
I like that. Moonshines. Moon's good.
Oh, somewhere
I
with
like
moonshine.
moonshine.
I like moonshine.
Marie's redneck side goes.
Somebody said moonshine.
No, 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 no,
Now, now.
Oh man.
The moon's good. I like the moon.
I'm afraid you're kind of in the worst place for moonlight, darling. I don't know why she said darling. She's never said darling in her life. But anyway,
And Natalia begins. Perhaps I could do something about that. And she begins like noting down something in her.
this place is just an endless desert. It's always sunny. It just bears down on you always. But maybe inside we can work something out.
Hopefully.
Well, you seem to be in charge of this place. You're saying a bit of moonlight is beyond you.
Surprisingly, yes. I'm not... Well, this is a bit of a secret. I'm not actually all-powerful here.
You don't say.
Really?
If I was, I would have gotten rid of that fat man as soon as I could. Or that fucking asshole wizard.
Willie
Okay.
seems nice, though.
Can we have a little bit of... I'm assuming this is the end of the
Yes,
session?
it is.
Before we have the end of the session, like, I'm assuming like, sort of while everyone sort of walks around the room or chats or something, Talia is going to sort of shyly approach Constancia, and she's got one of the roses that was thrown at her from earlier, and she's tied a ribbon around it, and she's like,
Here, you seem to like it, I guess. You were looking at them, I think, on the stage or something. You can have it if you like.
She'll take it and bring it to her nose and smell. Does it smell like a rose?
Yeah?
Thank you, Talia.
You're welcome. You could dry it if you like, or do whatever you want, or throw it away, I suppose. But, there you go.
She smiles and holds up a hand and says, "No, I think it's just fine like this.
I'm
Life
glad
has a
you like-
way of... Well, there's a beauty in things that eventually age and fade away. I think it's perfect. Thank you."
You're welcome.
and she kind of like darts off. to somewhere.
As that happens, Marie's actually gonna strike up a conversation with Eldrin.
Yeah, we need to have an Eldrin conversation.
Because Eldrin conversations.
Eldrin
I'll
talks
join
less than
in.
Sweeper. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Eldrin, by the way, thank y'all for making us those little figurines. I know that y'all didn't have to do that, but it was kind of nice. Especially when you took my request, even though it was probably a bit of a weird one.
You are welcome. I needed something to keep me busy, and I thought, why not do gift to people?
Yeah. Well, gifts are nice for people sometimes. And I always really like wolves.
I have a fondness for giraffes. They're very strange creatures.
Giraffe?
I've not heard of a giraffe, but I will say wolves are beautiful creatures.
Giraffes are these weird horse-like creatures with very long necks and legs, and they're yellow with brown spots all over them. These little weird knobs on their head. They're very strange.
Weird.
I
Like
also
a mimic.
I have something of an affinity for wolves myself.
That would
Yes,
explain the moon.
Wolves are revered by the Sisters of Malachar.
wolves
Sounds like
and-
and someone I knew who used to like wolves as well, but she's not around right now.
Marie shuffles over to Talia and just kind of puts a comforting hand on her back, just like, well, well,
I'm
now you
sorry.
got
It's like I just reach over to Marie and put a comforting hand on her breast, and I'm just like, wait, very forward.
comforting hand on her back and just says, well, looks like now you got two new friends who have an affinity for wolves, so yeah. That's
Perhaps one day you can meet her. I'm sure she'd probably get along with you guys quite well.
well, if she's anything like you, I'm sure she will.
Yeah,
All
she's
right.
better than I am.
All right. This is all cute and adorable, but if you want, you can take this over to the bar. You can get out of here anytime you want. Right. If you
I was
don't
going
mind.
to ask, how do we do that exactly? We've only been
Yeah.
thrust to and from of against our own volition thus far. Is there a secret to traveling in this place?
Well, let's be honest, this is actually just a little ink vial that I whipped up. The creatures tend to muck with it all again, but I've just got a bit of a stabilizing spell here that stops us getting thrown out of it. That's how we're not falling out. But, here you go. She kind of jots down on a piece of paper. Just some...
GM, I look up at the ceiling. Does it appear we are inside of a giant ink vial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
I forgot to
Alright.
I forgot to mention that in our 1-to-1 she mentioned that it looked like the ceiling went on forever.
So, yep. And she writes down a piece of paper, hands it to each of you. Here you go. This is just the rough spell and how to disable it if you want to get out for yourself.
Talia notes it down and then passes the paper
No.
around.
It's up to you. I can either send you home, or you can just kind of chill out at the bar with that random skeleton that seems to hang around there.
Constantia reads over the spell and nods, and then with surprising proficiency casts the spell.
Okay?
Are you going home, Constantia?
She's going to the
Bar.
bar.
Yeah.
Does that disable it for everyone?
No, just her.
Talia has a think. She's kind of since Constantia probably won't see it because she's poofed away, but Marie and Eldrin will see. Constantia seems to have like Talia has a think and is like, you can see she's trying to decipher something and looks at the sort of paper, and then thinks and she says, might be and she mutters under her breath, she might be mad, but. And then she poofs also to the bar to go and hang out with friends.
I want to
Marie
poof
is
the
like
bar.
trying to understand the spell and casts it the best she can and ends up like 10 feet away from the bar, but like trying.
Upside down in the sand with your leg.
No, she ends up on the stage.
Yeah, I was about to say, I fuck up on the words and I'm on top of the bar and I'm just like,
The
wow.
most of you,
Marie's just upset at having to use magic.
Yeah.
most of you, those of you who want to, when casting the spell, kind of just pop out the bottle with normal velocity when it's next turned upside down by the little creature. The lot, those of you who, like, you are caught mid-turn, so you go flying out at huge speeds and just end up in random locations around the bar. One of you lands on stage, I'm assuming.
If I see her flying at me, can I catch her?
Yeah?
Who, Talia or Marie?
Do you both come flying out?
Yeah.
How about one then? How about I catch Talia and then it's just that moment of oh, and then Marie comes and then we just all sprawl out onto the floor.
There you go. It's like
Marie-
it's a moment of oh, I've caught you, and then for what?
Marie just bowls in. It's like,
Whoosh.
No, this is the sound of pins clattering.
yeah. Just,
Poor Ella, and then just comes out on top of all of us.
Adrian is the one who lands on his feet. Yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah, you just do a front flip, and you're like,
I just do like a combat roll and just like, yeah. A combat roll, and when I come out of the roll, I've got 2 bottles of wine, one in each hand. I'm like, yeah.
You know what this place could use?
What?
Could use a place to freshen up for one.
Oh, don't I know it?
Don't forget, the writer did say there was like a swimming pool somewhere out in the desert.
Are one of them barrels filled with water? If so, that's a perfect bath.
That's...
perhaps
oh,
we could go for a
those barrels.
swim.
And with that, I am going to call an end to a session.
We don't get to roleplay? Oh.
It's 9:45. I've got to be up at 6 a.m.
Damn.
Damn.
Uh,
R.I.P.
So I got up at 5 this morning. I'm still awake now.
Oh.
I'm only
Alright,
like 3 hours.
PRP.